Hello and welcome back to episode 3. Last we left off, we were in the middle of the night. Maybe later on in the evening, and after a long discussion, our adventurers finally kind of came together as a group. And but before they decided to rest for the night. An earthquake disturbed the city. And our monk has ran up to the roof to check out to see if anything was going on. I think everybody else is maybe still back in the room.
I joined the monk.
You joined, okay. So, what's your plans?
Does that happen often here? The shaking? I'm new in.
No, it doesn't.
Do I need to roll for that?
No. I think you would remember if your city that you lived in for years was prone to earthquakes.
Yeah, not recently that I can remember. I was up on the surface for a wee bit longer than I thought, but yeah, not super regular.
Maybe we need to add the temple to our list of places to investigate.
Oh yeah, it's number 1 on the list, no doubt, in my mind. That was my first thought as well.
Yeah. Okay.
Are you guys back in that
I've
same
actually
room?
clambered back into the room.
Okay, you're coming back now. Okay, is there anything while these two were away and doing that? Is there anything you guys wanted to do?
Yeah, while everybody was still looking, I waited for a moment where people would notice me and go into his room, say, we need to talk.
Okay, so you guys left the room that you were all discussing things in
Yeah.
and went
Yeah.
and retreated by yourselves. Okay, cool.
I think we'd be left in the room with essentially all the dishes.
Yeah.
So we'd have to sort of deal with that situation. So we're taking the dishes back through, and I assume having a bit of a chin wag while we're doing it. Well, in the background, I'm using my shape water, which is one of my catch-ups, to sort of wash the dishes for us as we talk.
Okay.
So we're actually not doing the work, we're just sort of like standing and talking at the same time.
Watching the work.
Leo, that fight was a rather strange one, but I'm more worried about you. You seem to have had connections who seems to be some quite horrible people. I know you're kind of into some interesting things, but you're not in danger, are you?
I really like how you phrased that. No, danger, not more than neutral.
Well,
I'm not connected to the automaton thing,
we've got two people that came out of nowhere that seem to have been set up by something evil, and you seem to have some connection to that something evil. That seems somewhat...
It's just Joel, it's not evil, it's just a drug. It's
Don't
how
get a
he
feel about
uses
these
it,
things.
okay? You're very judging here.
No, I'm not judging. I want to make sure you're not in over your head, that's all. You got me out of a lot of scrapes, and I just want to make sure you're not going to get hurt during all this, that's all.
That is very concerning. Thinking never, ever anybody was so concerned about me. Wow.
It's more so like, well, if you get hurt and go, who's going to defend me from Mr. Quickly?
Okay.
There's
a selfish motive.
There is a slightly selfish motive, I will be honest with that. But I need you about, so you need to talk about something. I'm always here. I hope you know that. Okay?
Okay.
Great. So you guys are clambering down to the roof, and I guess going back to that room, and nobody's there. But you did rent rooms, so maybe you need to find a different staff member or try and find these guys. But I think you guys went back to the kitchen, right?
Yeah, so we're at the kitchen.
And you can find the rooms that you.
Who else actually heard the earthquake? So we obviously did, and look, did everyone feel it and see it? We're just saying this.
Yeah.
earthquake,
Yeah.
Really should.
This was like a citywide sort of event here, so people were. Yeah.
Nice.
Is stuff broken in the kitchen?
We caught a lot of the things as much as we could to try stop
That's
breakages.
true.
And we've been trying, that was just before, so that's what kept us all busy.
That's a good
Turned out
point.
while they went to sort it out. I assume we thought they were investigating with...
In fact, yeah,
Performance.
there's definitely going to be guests of Cryptids that are kind of like popping out their doors and like wondering what's going on, and maybe trying to like find like staff members to ask. But I think there are other kind of waiting staff because it is quite a big establishment. So they maybe not don't come in direct contact with you guys.
Yeah.
But there are like a fair amount of people going about this whole this whole building, kind of looking a little bit bewildered and kind of muttering about themselves, like, "Oh my goodness, what's happening?" Trying to suss out what's happening. In fact, probably Crickley himself will maybe come into the kitchen and be like, "I don't know what that was, but I just want to come into the kitchen and find out what the state of things are. Is anything broken? Does it need repaired?"
No.
Can I do an investigation check to see how much damages there seems to be? If there is any. I think maybe both of us potentially could. Let's see what.
Or somebody with a somebody take advantage. Yeah, Jonny, you roll twice.
Yeah.
And then,
8. What's your investigation?
I was gonna be like,
See,
I mean, it's gonna be pretty obvious if things are broken. Like, I'm probably gonna if you roll like higher than a 10, I'll give you quite a lot of information. But with an 8, I might have to.
So they have like a broken glass right next to me. I'm saying that. No, they're Mr. Crickley, there doesn't seem to be
You're
anything.
literally treading on. Like everyone else can hear the crunch of the glass as you're like sheepishly.
So I think it's
Just you in real life, like perfectly, like in a blocking
obvious to
to the
everything.
mess that's around.
So, Mr. Crickley, I'd like to say myself and one of my friends managed to make sure there was absolutely no damages whatsoever.
Move your grab a brush and sweep up that mess.
No problem, Mr. Crickley. No problem. And I start rushing off to try and take care of that as quick as I
And
can.
he starts basically just ignoring you, and like a noticeable lack of concern for yourselves if you got hurt or anything. Doesn't care. Is just kind of going around inspecting things and making sure that it's all kind of in working order. Which most of it is. I think it's maybe just loose things that were kind of maybe dislodged and stuff like that. So there's maybe some broken crockery and things, and he's just muttering and things like that. But
Coming out of your wages.
no, I don't think he's gonna blame you guys for an earthquake. I think that would be a bit too far.
That's a beautiful volunteer.
Yeah. But he might say something like, "I need to put you on double shifts in order to make for the damages." So okay, you guys are doing that. You guys have come back down. Are you trying to find your rooms, or are you having a quick peek into this room where you all were and finding?
Yeah, I think probably try and find towards whatever our room is that we have rented.
Yeah. Okay.
I actually think I'm looking for Leo, to be honest.
Okay.
I'm in the kitchen.
I think you know that he would be in the kitchen.
Yeah.
But I mean, you're probably not gonna get past into the kitchen unless you want to go around. Unless you want to go out and round the back, which is probably where you normally go to get like your scraps and stuff that you like
No,
collect.
I'm a guest. I'm gonna go into the kitchen.
I'll maybe put on Baxter's face and come with you.
Okay. Okay. Well, there is like another member of the waiting staff at the bar, and they're not gonna let you just walk past.
I'm going into the kitchen.
Excuse me, sir. You can't go back there.
What? How high is the bar? I'm like a 4'3" rat. Like, if the bar is like at the height you think, how high is the bar?
Interesting.
4'2", so just.
Oh, I'm not trying to make a big deal out of it, but I'm probably just like looking.
Yeah, but as soon as you like turn the corner, like I'm imagining the bar is going like up to a point. And then there's an open space, and then there's a door over here. Just get so you need to like
What? So
Like-
that guy's looking directly at the hole where I need to pass by.
roll me a stealth. Roll me a stealth.
I'm not trying to be stealthy.
Can I maybe help him out by trying to like distract the person at the bar? But take my usual, please.
And I don't remember what that is. I'm terribly sorry.
Whiskey, of course.
All right, yes, I'll go get that for you. I think with that, and yeah, you're comment about that height, you can probably get back.
Okay, thank you. I can roll for it if you want.
No. That's fine. I think with the distraction, I think you're right. They're going to be looking over,
Lovely.
fiddling with the bottles, trying to pour you a whiskey.
Is Mr. Quickly still in? Is he
Mr.
coming through?
Quickly might.
Mr. Quickly is still in the kitchen.
Okay.
Why would
Well,
you?
I'm gonna like.
In fact, I'm going to roll a perception check for Mr. Quickly.
I'm not in the kitchen yet. Assuming the kitchen door frame is like open.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be stealthy. I'm just gonna like rap on the door frame and
Okay.
be like, Leo, are you free to talk for a minute?
I'm looking at Master quickly.
I'm gonna roll perception for Mr. Quickly because he might be. How loud are you whispering this?
If Leo's within earshot of the door, like I'm not trying to be loud.
I wish I rolled a more definitive roll, but
I'm just speaking at
do
like,
it either way.
the sound. The talk that I want to have with Leo is not one that I want to be a public talk. So it's just like a, hey Leo, do you wanna come outside for a minute? He's preoccupied with sweeping up glasses.
Well, I think he's more preoccupied telling me to sweep
Alright,
up
that's
this.
yeah. He's shook. Wait.
Are you gonna listen to him tonight?
I'm quite in this.
If this interaction is fairly quick, then that's fine.
Oh no,
no,
absolutely
no.
not. We're having a long talk.
In the doorway. If you're
When I'm looking on, does Crickly notice or bothered by it? Because if I saw that,
No,
I
well,
try and deck him as a
I think
distraction, but-
if you were distracting this other person, then you're along the other side of the bar to the door, and then that's leading into the kitchen where yeah.
No, I'm just quickly switching out of the kitchen and pushing.
Okay, so
Oh,
you take it.
should be with you.
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
You take Leo aside for a
Oh,
talk.
Leo's taking me aside.
Oh, Leo's taking you aside for a talk.
Yeah, kid.
Yes.
Yeah, like looking right down, man. Kid.
I couldn't help but notice how similar these guys, limbs were to yours, and
I noticed too.
I thought that you made your legs originally, and I was just helping out with the maintenance.
I did not make them, no.
You didn't make them?
Well, thank you that you think that, but no.
Okay. Why did I think that?
I don't know. Seriously, I have no idea, but cool. Yeah, I didn't do it.
I wonder if I said at one point that Leo made his own limbs.
Oh.
Because you built these things yourself, basically. It might be my fault.
I think you might have done that, actually.
It's all about-
Who? Remind me who made them? Did I make them?
No,
Okay. Perfect.
no, you didn't. No. It was my dad who actually made them, so yeah.
Oh.
Is that a problem?
Well,
You can't give me.
there
Wait.
might be a problem. Are you connecting dots that I'm connecting?
Yes, yeah.
Because
It's a
it
problem,
sounds
yeah.
like, not to beat this over the head,
Yep.
it sounds like your dad made those legs. I'm sorry, I'm just always thinking about legs. It's not weird for
You know,
me. I have weird legs. They fold the wrong way, and then I'm like, oh, those are normal legs. Like, they're nice. I don't know. Oh, what do you want from me? You're looking at me weird. Your dad did this shit. Talk to me.
I really don't get what you have with the legs. I think the arms are way more impressive.
The arms are really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
They're
yeah.
equally cool.
The arms are where these injector things are, so
Yeah.
that's the part that's similar to
Maybe
this.
some
to these
weird
clockwork
above, but
guys.
yeah.
Oh, so the legs are.
No,
Come on, you can't do me like this, guys. What? Like,
I mean, I'm pretty sure I described it in the
so
last
the
way.
legs were made by someone else. Like what? The robots had different legs.
Yeah.
No.
It was the arm.
It's not-
similarity.
It's not the mechanical limbs themselves. It's this injector mechanism that's injecting this jolt in. That's the part that's
Right.
is very similar. So
Okay.
the rest of
So-
these clockwork guys were basically clockwork guys, but the injector things were very similar to Leo's injector.
Right, that's the
injector.
only part. Like
Yeah,
these
absolutely.
could have just been off the shelf parts.
Except from the
Right.
mechanism that
Okay.
injects the jolt. That's the part that's
Okay. Yeah, I meant your arms. Your arms are beautiful. I went a bit bust.
I mean,
I'm sorry.
not that far away from me.
Okay. So yeah, I'm totally seeing when you're laying down here, and I'm kind of worried,
Mhm.
but also not, because my dad is full of shit. So he probably is in whatever the issue is, full on over his head.
Okay.
Really bad.
It's bad for him.
Everybody.
So I think maybe the question that's kind of driving here is, are you gonna plan to go and see your dad? Yeah. Okay. So I think you need to like say that as
Yeah,
character.
I think- As characters.
Yeah. Okay.
Leo, I just want to say, as characters, right now, I think we should see your dad. I think it was implied that was the implication implicitly. But just to put that out in the open as characters.
Yeah, let's go. Visit my
Yeah.
dad sometime.
Okay, perfect.
Are you just gonna go right now, or are you gonna go in the morning?
Sometime.
Because it's fairly
Maybe
late.
in the
It's fairly
morning,
late in the
because,
evening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll be asleep by now. Yeah.
Yeah. He's an
Okay, so you're gonna plan. You got a plan to do that in the morning.
We're gonna plan to, at some point, visit your father.
Right.
Right. As much as I would love to just like let Ollie just be in character for the rest of the game, I think we need to cut to another conversation.
100%. That was.
And yeah, as we kind of travel through the maze that is Crickley's, through different rooms and corridors, we find the one where you two are discussing plans.
So, I think it's about time I tell you the reason why we actually are here in the city in the first place. I was trying to do that later on when it becomes necessary, but after all what happened,
After this day, I think you should tell me now.
yes, I'm gonna do that. So, you know the woman Ease and the place.
I like her.
Yes. She mentioned a guy that disappeared because he talked to the wrong people called Fetchley.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, you know, I was sent to search for this guy because he was looking something up in the temple, something huge was going on in the temple,
Mm-hmm.
and he disappeared. And the upper ups are kind of worried because he was not a bad guy from, you know,
Mm.
we kind of still need him, and we tried to figure out what happened, so they sent me here. That's
Yes.
why we tried to go into the temple in the first place.
All right. Do you know what he looks like?
No. I know his name, and I know that he disappeared trying to find out what this was. This scandal, or this... yeah. So that's why we are here in the first place,
Mm.
and... yeah.
All right. Then I think it's about time we take a rest and see the rest tomorrow.
Sounds good.
Nighty nighty. And I leave the room.
Okay, so are you guys just going off and like taking that
Mhm.
rest, going to the rooms? Okay, go. Great. So, is everybody just, or Callum, were you wanting to do anything specific?
I'd probably just wait at the bar.
Oh yeah, because you're right. You're Baxter at the bar here.
For,
Yeah, true.
as Baxter at the bar, we're waiting for
Yeah. So
Franklin to come back.
as you're kind of wrapping up that conversation, are you going back around and?
Yeah. I think we'll probably just go back to the room.
Yeah. So everyone's just going back to the rooms. All right. So let's everyone take a long rest, and then you can all reconvene in the morning. I would say that you guys have a day off because of plot.
Is that this
Convenient
Friday?
holiday.
No, when did we start? We started on
Wednesday.
Wednesday, so it's Thursday. Right?
Oh, I
This
thought you
is-
said we have day off.
No, they've got the day off
Right,
work.
It's like
Yeah, so you go,
We're skipping a day.
you get supplies on the Wednesday for the boss, and then the day afterwards you get the day off. That's it.
Sorry.
Yeah.
That's the way it works.
For
Yeah,
sure.
you get 2 days off after you get the supplies. That's it.
So are y'all reconvening in the morning together
Yeah, we're
to
probably.
discuss who's
We
going where?
had like
and
a
what we're doing?
table for breakfast.
Yeah,
or
is
something.
it
Yeah.
like a
Yeah.
continental
Yeah.
thing? What's going on?
Cripply's breakfast is. I mean, Leo's the chef here, but like you're not supplied with the absolute, best ingredients. This is the cheapest
What
stuff.
is the
There's,
potatoes again?
you can get porridge. Maybe get a chunk of bread.
There's one part of the breakfast experience that is actually relatively good though, because it seems to be relatively a newly installed coffee machine. It seems to provide coffee for patrons.
Is that right?
Yes. That may have been installed at my own great expense rather than anyone else's expense. That's why I may be so skint. So there is a coffee machine that select people have access to. And I'm going to start in the morning by brewing 6 perfect macchiatos. I'm going to bring them to the table and I'm going to wait for people to arrive as I slowly sip my own.
The import of coffee is
Why should I
incredibly
escape?
expensive to
I don't
get
think
down
I earn
here.
anything compared to the money I spend on coffee. So, however, I think a good adventure needs coffee.
I hate this so much.
For everyone at home, Ollie works at a coffee shop and lives and breathes coffee. So someone just saying out loud that they've made 6 perfect macchiatos.
I
perhaps
mean,
gets under it.
yeah. It's not that hard to make the macchiatos, but I bet he's dialed in terribly.
Oliver's coffee facts.
Yeah, I think my supplier is actually called Oliver. Yeah, that's it.
No, I hate it because he's playing me.
All right. So, have you guys sort of ordered some breakfast? It's a different chef because you got the day off, so it's not gonna be as good.
What is this beverage?
This is a stunning macchiato. I suggest you drink it. Just slowly, maybe a small sip at a time. You'll be energized and just set up for the day perfect.
I take it and I literally just throw it down my throat with barely even paying attention. Like it's gone, and I put it down in a very kind of automated way.
There's a slight moment of disappointment on my face as I go. Or you could do it that way if you want. Either way works. But I would suggest
Taste it, I think so. I'm sure it was lovely.
you see, rather than look at you, look at the coffee like I've just wasted something beautiful. Hopefully it was nutritious then, I suppose. For everyone else,
I'm
enjoy.
holding a cup with one pinky finger on. Trying really hard.
With his huge mechanical fingers, this is really delicately.
I'm smelling it. I'm putting it down again. Still too hot.
And yes, Franklin actually did make a cup for yourself as well.
Olive branch.
Franklin looks at it and with his little teaspoon, he scoops up the foam off the top. He's like, "What the fuck is this shit you put on my coffee? There's only one way to drink coffee and that's black. I don't want this shit. Remake it, I don't know. Do something."
See a level of shock come over my face as you say that, and I just sort of take the coffee and put it in myself and start drinking it myself.
No, getting him a new one.
So, what is our course of action today? We have from what I'm aware, a couple of opportunities, finding out how wanted we are, and also going and finding out information about from your own associates and potentially from your supplier. That's the three things I think.
Well, and also we might want to consider looking into the temple a little bit further.
The temple.
The temple.
Why that?
Last night, that earthquake that you, I'm presuming, all felt. I don't think you're that unperceptive.
There was a bit of shaking, yes.
We looked, myself and Franklin here climbed onto the roof to see if we could get a better view at what was going on. The temple appeared to be, the pulses that would normally go out from the temple seemed to be going back into it. There was something going on there. I've already infiltrated the temple once before, so it shouldn't be too hard to make my way in again, but there might be something interesting that we can find. It's also worth noting that the temple guards did seem to questionably turn up at the scene of the crime last night. There was more to be explored.
Wait, if you've infiltrated it before, does that mean you can dress us all up and we can all infiltrate together as guards? That'd be quite cool.
Can you do this? And I'll, at that moment, I'll put on Baxter's face.
No, but
Are you sure you can't do that?
we can go shopping and buy some gear.
Yeah, thought so.
Not quite the same thing, I'd say.
And then I'll drop it like straight after.
I just want to shop.
Pretty cool.
She must be quite good. You said it's really hard to infiltrate.
It is.
No, it was barely an inconvenience. I just have to.
Okay, now you're showing off.
There was a moment that I won't go into detail with a seahorse who didn't seem to pick up my affections for some reason. But nonetheless, I walked in.
Okay.
Sometimes we seem to not be able to see what is difficult for other people.
I know,
Apart from you.
and sometimes it hurts.
Anyone want to discuss what they maybe have planned for later?
So maybe the question is, do we first find out how wanted we are, and then either split up and go in a few different directions if we're not wanted, and if we are wanted, do we then want to try to do a task at a time together to keep ourselves safe? That seems like maybe a good course of action. The question is, how do we find out how wanted we are?
Well, I don't really care about that because I think I want to like most of the time and not in a good way. So, yeah. I'm gonna visit my supplier.
Well, we might be able to do that afterwards is what I mean. But more so if you leave and then suddenly there's police coming after us with what happened last night, or temple guards by yourself, that might be very safe. Whereas if there's more than one of us, that might be a little bit better.
I think they have to find me first, but okay.
We are a fairly recognizable group. We have slightly less common traits among us.
I assume I'm implicated within that group.
I also implicate myself, I should clarify.
I have similar ability to disguise myself as you, perhaps. Not as powerful, but similar.
You see a small connection into Zion's mind, he's just staring at you as you say that.
Franklin's just nodding his head. Like the whole time he's saying this to you, Callum, and or to Bones, sorry, and just staring at Zion, just nodding.
I drink my coffee.
So the plan we yesterday discussed was that we two go down into the street and ask a policeman and see what happens afterwards.
That's a fair thing, yeah.
I'd like to watch that.
As would I.
Perhaps we have somebody that also can change, or maybe two. Perhaps if they look like concerned citizens nearby as protection, that may be quite helpful. And maybe if you are at a nearby building, you can jump out if suddenly we get arrested and there's like 50 guards all of a sudden.
No, that's safer. I like the first option. It sounded like more fun.
Or we break into the police station.
I like that.
That's not bad.
That sounds stupid. Okay.
Would they have wrote our names down? Like what would this? I don't know.
and see what we can find.
I think I prefer the first option. We don't want to amplify
Yeah.
ourselves by getting caught. You may be able to break into things. I don't have any skills in this front. Why don't we try to speak to a police officer to start off, and maybe if that goes awry, you can find another way in. I think we're going to try to find some
So,
cops.
yeah, importantly, are you going all together as a group? You're dead set against going anywhere near the police station.
Yes.
So, yeah,
I assume
that's
there'll
the
be
question
local
here.
guards though. There's local police kicking around who would
Like
stop,
those
flag
five.
down a car or something like that.
Yeah. So are you all going to do that together then?
I think have the other ones nearby, at least to some degree, maybe with the ones that can alter themselves being close to us as commoners, with us talking just in case the shit hits the fan.
Also, I'm gonna show you this coin, like hold it up that everyone can see it. Actually, we got some little surprise here as well. If this thing, we can make this thing change color depending on if we want it or not. So we can make it light green and we can make it light red depending on our situation. So we could do it like that. If something goes sour, we can make this coin go
Use it
red.
as a signal.
Yes.
So if we have two slightly further away, if you both have a coin, if you both are slightly further away and have the coin,
Mm.
rush over to us in trouble, I can communicate with, I'm not sure about you, but I can definitely communicate with Franklin mentally with no problems. No, they'll be able to see that. So I can communicate to them to let them know to help us out, and you can communicate to them with your coin. So that may be a way of sorting out so if combat does start, we've got people to join us quickly, people that might take a couple of seconds to join us.
Okay, so you're going out onto the streets, trying to find a couple just sort of beat cops who are on just sort of patrol.
Mm.
Okay.
You're all talking, right?
I am this time dressed as a small sort of halfling with very like messy floppy blonde hair,
Okay.
but very kind of well made up, very kind of quite posh attire, possibly slightly too posh for the region, but nonetheless sort of slightly too posh attire,
Yeah.
but wandering around.
Okay. Yeah, I would say probably a few silvers for the breakfast, but if you were paying for everyone's coffees,
We're free.
Oh, yeah, you're free.
Yeah, so
those coffees are
Coffee machine's
expensive.
mine, I buy in the coffee, don't I?
You buy in the.
Oh, I'm happy to buy
okay.
coffee for everyone.
All right. Yeah. No. That's
Yeah,
fine.
so I would think quickly wouldn't even want that to be for something like that in this establishment.
Okay, but
So, hey,
take off a significant amount of gold for
20
that.
gold, 20 gold and that's mine for
Sure.
good. Yeah, I'm happy
Yeah.
with that. Yeah.
Happy with that. Okay, cool, perfect.
How much do you pay?
Just a couple of silvers. For the breakfast. Okay, so you kind of set off into the streets. I think before too long, you find yourselves a couple of police officers strolling down the street. They've got these, so it's very sort of this blue Victorian uniform that they have on with the sort of police, the domed sort of police hat and silver badge and with brass sort of buttons. Sort of uniform. One of them has a big curly moustache, and the other one is a native Aquarian, just a normal sort of fish, like maybe just like a trout sort of.
Normal trout person.
Yeah, just a normal trout.
As you do.
I've cast disguise self as well.
Okay.
To what I imagine Leo's dad to look like.
Well, you're mad.
What,
Well, okay.
what are you imagining? Please
So-
tell me.
I guess just like an older gentleman with Leo's sort of features.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Like graying, handlebar mustache, a human, I assume, with just one hand that's like roboty,
Sure.
wearing like similar garb to Leo, maybe a tone darker.
yeah.
Yeah, but it's similar.
Oh, we got so much that wrong. Sorry.
Never.
Yeah. He's a half elf.
I suppose, okay. So,
Could be.
with his dad still alive, you'd assume probably the dad's elf. I'm not sure. Maybe I'm
I
wrong.
mean, it's
Well,
50-50.
I don't know how old
50,
Leo
okay,
is, to be
suppose.
fair.
120. That's what we're going for. Anyway,
So these guys are all disguised?
just
Just those two.
Those two.
Yes,
I-
I probably know this part of Tonic very well, right? So I can
So
guide them through.
I would say that you're maybe on the
he used
edge.
to be stealthy away, like hidden away.
Okay, so you find these police officers in between, on the edge of Underbridge and Farwares, if you can see there on the map. So that's kind of roughly where you are in the city. How do you approach the situation?
Are they on like a vehicle? Or are they on?
No, they're just walking side by side.
You want to start the conversation?
Yes. So I guess we both.
You've spotted them from behind, so they've not
Yeah.
clocked you yet.
Okay, so we walk behind them a little, and then I'm gonna be like.
We stabbed him. No. sorry.
Habit.
Wrong character.
I was gonna say,
Uh,
opportunity attack.
Officer.
Hello.
I.
Had to do it.
This isn't the native Aquarian then, no? Yeah.
I had a little question about last night. You know, the whole earthquake thing.
Wait a minute. I think I recognise your face.
How come?
Isn't this the one that we're after? I think you're right. And they go to arrest you.
That's a midget. I'd like to quickly try. I'm going to quickly step in. I'm going to try to do a deception here and go. My friends, after someone.
They've firmly got a hand on your shoulder right
Wait, wait, but is the coin glowing red or green?
It's not yet.
My friends, after someone was he supposedly done? Can you tell us a little bit more about this before you just randomly arrest us?
He's wanted for questioning about the attack in Atlas Square yesterday.
One in question with the attack with Atlas Square. What happened in Atlas Square last night?
Haven't you heard? Where have you been, under a rock?
I'm working at Crickley's. I can't help myself. I've been working non-stop. You know what it's like. Surely you've been there before.
I've never been to some... What is it? Crickley's?
Well, clearly you're not from that part of town, but that's okay.
There was
friend
an attack on Atlas Square, alright?
My-
The statue of King Atlas and his wife is broken.
Now, I'm a magical person myself, as you can see by my staff. This is my friend here. He's been drinking in my pub in Crickley's all evening. Not my pub, I work there. So I think there's an alibi to be held of me being there. But secondly, magical people can change themselves into other folks. What if he's been falsely accused?
I'll never.
Let's just talk about things first before you arrest us, for me, gentlemen.
Yeah, you see a bit of...
Can I do a bit of deception check?
Yeah.
So plus
About confusion past his face, you might be able
so far.
convince
Okay, it's
you.
25.
What was that,
16
25
plus nine.
deception?
Yeah, deception, yeah.
Can I do?
Oh yeah, no, that's fair.
Can I do a persuasion on top of it?
Yeah, I think it would be more persuasion because you are trying to like...
I'm lying, telling
Like-
him that he's at our pub.
Yeah, you're totally lying,
Both are
but
plus
you're trying to
9.
convince him.
So both are 25.
Yeah, okay,
So,
okay. Yeah, okay, I think he's maybe believing you in this instance. But
So can you tell us more about what happened though? If there's an attack on the square, if the statue's been destroyed, you said, if people have been hurt maybe, like, is there anything we can do to help?
to help. No, just leave it to the professionals, alright? Go back to Crickley's and work whatever you do.
Okay, well, how many people, who should we be looking out for? If we've got a friend that looks just like this, if somebody's going about looking
Well,
for a friend, who else should we be
someone-
looking out for? Is there a drawing or is there a poster?
We haven't put the posters up yet. Everyone this morning got a
Arctic's away.
briefing
Yeah.
and they were given a sketch of this one and a fish lady.
Well, good sir, you know, I'm not the person that you're looking for. I guess there was some kind of misunderstanding. As you can see, I wasn't there in the first place, and I'm certainly not asking around for.
So importantly, where are the rest? Where are you at this point?
Well,
Because
I was-
did you tap him on the shoulder and he turned around?
I
The
was
coin's
not-
still green, just to clarify.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the point was that they approached them,
And you guys
and we
were sort of
stay
hidden.
further
Yeah.
back. So I think I will be somewhere with Leo, you know, in a side street, watching.
out of sight. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's probably.
And also, I probably
that's fair
would
to
want
say.
to, once I see that they have hit their hold on him, I would be wanting to, make it simple, just kill them and take him back. But I think I will be held back by right people.
So
Why not
your
take-
instincts would be
As
to
long-
like go in for the
as long
kill.
as the coin is not red yet.
Yeah, the coin is
Means I have not
Still green,
his
yeah,
permission
still
to
green.
kill the people around him yet.
Yeah.
right.
I'll stay
Important.
where I am.
Great. Okay, that's fine.
Remind
So,
me of
yeah.
angry, Simon. Please don't let me angry.
Yeah, he's absolutely gonna just let go of your shoulder and be like, "Sorry to bother you, sir. Looks like you've got a solid alibi. If you were, if you were with that fish lady, I would have probably arrested you both, taken you in for questioning, made sure that you were who you say you were."
Actually, I'm a tourist. I first met fish person here for the first time in my life.
You know them? Wait a minute. Wait.
He first met fish people for the first time in
In
his
general.
life.
I'm a tourist coming from
Fish.
Fish person.
Oh, right. All right.
This
Yeah, the the native aquarium beside him is looking very like, just like this stuff I have to put up with this guy. Yeah.
native aquarians. I'm sorry. It's she's new to this.
The other
concept.
officer looks at you and looks like.
We fist bump. No, I'm joking. We're sorry if
Roll your eyes.
we're sorry if we've frightened you just by asking. But could you tell us more about the earthquakes last night as well? Because that's quite a scary thing to happen. We don't want the dome breaking.
I wanted to see the statue actually. You know, I'm a tourist after all.
Well, the statue's gone, I'm sorry to say. And we've got places to be, not gabbing with you lot, alright? So we're gonna go do our rounds if that's alright with you.
Thank you, officers, for your time. Sorry if we frustrated you this morning.
It's alright. Got bigger things to deal with. And they like kind of turn heel and walk away.
I suppose we'll try re-emerge with these two and update them on what the situation
Like,
is.
like something at back alley, something
Yeah.
at work anyway.
I'm straight smoking again.
I see a puff of smoke up the alleyway and I'm like, that's where they are. That's it.
Your,
I know.
your metal hands are shivering.
Yeah. It would appear you both are wanted. Anyone else that you vote?
How did only those two?
The person didn't seem to be briefed on me. He was only briefed on two people. So I think maybe the guards only saw those two, but the temple guards might have saw more of us.
How would the guards see him and not us?
No. It was him and yourself. I assume that was both at the south entrance when they're fighting people down at the bottom.
Yeah, but Dolian did move to the other
Yeah.
exit at the
But the
end.
thing is, they didn't just see Dolly, they saw both of them.
Yes.
And I was at the other side, so why was I not?
Well, that's the question. I don't think you're going to be able to suss this out.
And
right
this
now. I think you're
possibly
gonna have
is
to gather more
why
information.
you're sometimes made the scapegoat. But not in this scenario. It turns out it's
Oh.
just there.
Harsh.
So they're the scapegoat in this situation. Okay.
Also possible.
I made the connection! It was your associates, I assume. Is that what you mean? So they're the ones that dumped them in?
Well, I mean, they told us to be at the place, didn't told us what's gonna happen, and then, you know,
The only description we have is of the pair of you.
I just love Johnny's reaction right now.
You see Zion like really grasping on the connection in his two eyes. Just going, I'm a little bit late to this party, I'm sorry. Yeah.
That
So
sounds like a common thing.
you know, I don't know if I enjoy us being friends here, but hey, okay. So obviously the guards never saw anyone. It was just the information they were maybe foretold of because they got there quite quick. And I've caught up. Do you want to take over? Because clearly I'm not in the loop here.
Well, the question is, where are you planning on going next after this?
well, I think we should shake up the place where we got the order in the first place to come to the plaza.
I think we need to disguise you two first. I think we need to get some different clothes, stuff that covers your face, make you look like different people. You can make yourself look different. Can you do that to other people?
Did they give any further descriptions? Or like, what were the characteristics they were looking for?
He said, look like this person and a fish lady is the statement was said. Was that the exact statement that was said?
I'm not a fish lady.
You are a sea elf.
You know,
so
I'm
I
native
assume
Aquarian.
that's what they mean.
But you have some.
And there was a native Aquarian that said.
It's not the same thing.
Absolutely, but this police officer doesn't know that.
Nor does the native Aquarian, but that's beside the point. He never interjected.
They were just keeping their mouth shut.
We should probably at least try disguise the both of you to some degree. I know you can do it to yourselves. Can you do it to others?
I cannot know.
What exactly are you doing? What is that? Is that supposed to be a look into my future thing, or?
No, this is meant to be a dad.
Oh.
I don't know. It was a shot in the dark. I'm sorry.
Why would you disguise as his dad?
That's a great question. We try not to think or delve too deeply into my psychology.
If you want to talk about it like that, you can.
You're sweating. I can see that through your fur.
Yeah, look.
It's
We need
alright.
to talk about the dad.
Why do we need
Why?
to talk about his
Yeah.
dad?
No, sorry, that came out wrong.
Now you both look nervous.
So,
Confused.
from my perspective, I think we either do the temple thing, or I'm gonna go with Leo and we're gonna do a thing. Not like that. I just meant like separate from you guys.
Words are not your strong points. Can you explain this?
No. No, I can't.
My intelligence is not in human relations or human to rat folk, interpersonal.
Somebody else want to save him.
Piecing some things together, last night we discussed problems with your suppliers. Is your dad your supplier, if that's what he's talking about?
No, it was unrelated. I'm sorry that I was talking about the disguise that I got on.
It was kind of on the nose, Franklin. Seriously. And kind of like he.
Oh,
like,
he's an elf.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It was a 50-50 shot, I thought. But
No offense, Dave.
So
But yeah, you're right.
wait, so
Why are
right,
you so that smart about that?
your dad is your supplier.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So why don't you go to your dad then if he's your supplier? Because isn't that who you wanted to see?
Well,
Well.
No,
Not
Who
really.
did you
no.
want- who
They
did
were
you
wanting to see their contact that they met the first day.
Yes, but she said their contact is her supplier.
No.
No.
What did
Nobody
she say?
ever said that. Don't worry.
She said their contact was at the drug deals for her supplier.
Yeah, sometimes.
Leo has seen this person who is their contact around this kind of underground scene where
Okay.
people
do
buy and sell drugs.
Okay.
So there's like an underground, there's an
Multiple
area where there's like a black market, shadowy deals are going on.
Yeah.
And this tiefling lady has been seen by Leo around those places fairly regularly.
Okay.
Not necessarily buying jolt,
Okay.
not necessarily interacting with Leo at all, but someone that Leo would recognize by
Yeah.
sight, but not. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know
More
if it was
than
just a joke place, so I don't know.
Yeah. Of course. Sorry. No, I see where you were making those connections.
Yeah.
But yeah, that wasn't quite the case.
We definitely didn't date at one point. No.
At least he's working.
We can definitely make that it's part of the history. But yes, as Leo was saying, he can get really pure stuff from his dad.
Got
But if it's like in an emergency, or if you just don't want to see your father, then you'll maybe go to some of these other places where you can get it, and that's where you've seen this person around, or maybe had a previous relationship. I don't know.
I'm not specifying.
Not specifying. Okay. Sorry, Johnny. Is that too
There's a lot
much?
going on.
Is that too much connections for your
I
head
cannot
to take?
figure it out as somebody that doesn't know the things, so I shall leave it for now.
So, the important decisions we need to make right here are who's going to see Lilo's father, who's going to see the temple, who's going to try and find out where your contact is, and are you going to do all those three things together as a group, one after another, or are you going to split up and do those things as different individuals? Or in
You can raise your hand to like to say something.
I was just going to say, do you have a way of disguising yourself?
I can sneak into places. I could not disguise myself pretty well. I don't.
What better disguise than that of a shadow?
To be fair. Well, there is one. Disguising as another person.
Yeah, I kind of walked into that one a little bit.
It was a cool line. Let's stick with it.
It was nice.
So we need to disguise you two. That's
Yeah.
primarily objective number one because people know who you are.
You need a hat.
True. And
They-
also,
I was just going to say, and at that point, I take out, if you allow it, of course, I have chosen my item.
Oh, okay.
I, from the inside of my jacket, I bring out this extremely unique and ugly hat. It has purple lace and golden pearls and a long greenish feather on it.
what on earth is that? Why would you have something like that?
It's beautiful.
Where did you get it from?
Thank you. It was my grandfather's.
Oh,
I know it looks like a lady's hat, but, and then I put it on, and so with this hat, wondrous item. While wearing this hat, you can use an action to cast the disguise self spell from it at will. The spell ends if the hat is removed.
Great. I think.
And I just-
Yeah, I'll definitely allow this because I think you chose this before you realized you were wanted. So I think
Yeah.
that's totally fine. I think I would have been like, oh, that's convenient.
I actually didn't know that, but
And you described it so well. It would be cruel to take that away from you. So
you.
That's great.
Yeah, at that point, Franklin too is gonna reach into his jacket and say, "Here, shit's going down. We gotta have hats." Pulls out a little tinfoil cap that he's made, places it on his head, and this cap gives me advantage on initiative as well as I can no longer be surprised.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. That's great.
does anyone else want to bring a hat out of
Please,
the
please everyone be right.
especially now, but
On that note,
Okay. Cool. So you can be stealthy. You're disguised. I think that's pretty good. That's that problem
now.
sorted. Where are you guys heading?
It feels like the more immediate of the two. As much as I would love to go to the temple, the other two issues feel more immediate.
This guy is so smart.
yes, seriously.
If there was some kind of scapegoating put on the pair of you, well, if they've also made that much of a plan, they're probably going to be scarpering rather quickly. We might even be too late to catch up to what they're doing. So that possibly is quite high on the list. But then similarly, if unfortunately your father is involved in one way or another, he might also be trying to disappear.
One thing that solidifies my suspicion that actually this person, or that we were scapegoated by these people, was that they had a description of us already ready. Their poster printed right now with our faces on it because we were not among the dead people on the plaza. That's
And
my
also-
suspicion.
To be fairly frank, of those of us involved in the plaza incident, you're not the most remarkable.
I'd like this, Frank. Sorry, that's the leave it.
To clarify, one is a rat person, one is made of white porcelain, one has gigantic metal arms.
And
You're a
also-
small human.
Also, you're not supposed to be seen, right? That's
So,
part of
so
the whole
that's,
deal.
Mm.
that's
Also part of
Yeah,
my
too big of an ego for a rogue, if you ask me.
He does have a point. If we go back, it might be a trap for us.
Sure.
Already set up.
So we should be careful about it.
So maybe we should investigate one of the other.
Places first.
Yes.
I don't like that you pointed at me, but okay.
How would your father respond to a large posse of strangers turning up on his doorstep?
Actually, I don't know. Never tried that.
Should we role play it?
No,
Okay.
you should. I mean, that disguise looks like nothing, but it's weird. Don't be my grandma. He might get a heart attack for real.
I mean, you can describe your dad for
No.
me and I can try and work on it, you know?
Okay, so your dad has a workshop in not too far away in Gansdale, but further in the direction of Stonemore there. So you could make your way to your dad's workshop.
Right, because we're still in one of the streets here.
Yeah. You're kind of in between Farwares and Underbridge. Farwares would be familiar to you, Zion, as this is where Volumes and Vellum is located, and your connection there. So I don't know if you want to stop in there at some point, or are you kind of focused on this mission?
I think more so the mission's probably the more important thing. If we're going past it, I would mind seeing if he knows anything about the earthquakes last night or any connections to what we saw, but I'm not 100% sure if we necessarily need
No,
to.
yeah.
So I think maybe that'd be if we're running low on ideas, that's
Yeah.
a good place to go back.
That's fine. So are you set on heading towards your dad's workshop?
Apparently, yeah. Well, you all get a briefing while we go. No touching anything. Seriously, nothing. It looks funky, glittering. No, no touching. Seriously.
Even if it's available?
Especially.
Oh, I didn't describe what my disguise looks
Oh,
like.
that's true. Yeah, please.
Yeah, my disguise looks like a human lady in a lovely yellow dress, which doesn't go at all with the hat.
Perfect.
The hat's
I don't think you have to still wear that.
No, the hat has to
No, the hat.
Is that true?
Yeah. The hat's giving you the disguise.
I think if you take the hat off, you become undisguised.
Yeah, but
Even if that's not the rule, I'm making it.
Every disguise
For
has
now, I'm
Okay,
totally
okay.
fine with it.
Take care, would Edward go with the hat? I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
that
Would
is
Edward go
true.
with that hat? I'm not sure.
Maybe a really, really ugly handbag with purple lace.
Oh, yeah,
and
perfect.
pearls.
I'm going to keep an eye out, see if I can find one as we're shopping.
Perfect.
Where
for
were
some
we?
reason, orange hammer pants. Like, I don't know why.
Okay, so is that the end of this brief? No, wait. So it is like a workshop. It's not like a shop. It's not like open to the public where they can come in and buy stuff. It's just like this crazy sort of workshop where things are. So yeah, you sort of. Is there any more rules you want to set for everyone?
What about Franklin? He might go through the rubbish bits. We may not have that either.
I wouldn't risk it, Franklin. I like you. Don't go through the rubbish. Shit is dangerous. Probably. I don't know. Please don't. Value your life.
That's fair.
Go.
Sound rather hurt with that, Franklin.
I mean, I've been through them before and I was fine, but it's fair. If it's coming from Leo, I'll do what I'm told.
Okay, so as you're walking through the streets here and through Farwares and Gansdale, you definitely see a change in the sort of the buildings look slightly nicer, the roads are paved a bit better, Underbridge is very kind of in disrepair, and here is definitely sort of nicer, more akin to what you would see in Atlar Square. Although Atlar Square is a bit more sort of industrial with sort of more shops and things like that around, but this is more residential where there's more sort of houses that people would live in. And then you approach this workshop. The neighboring houses are a little bit further apart. There's a bit more of a distance between where they are and the workshop here. And the building looks like it may have sort of part of it may have exploded out at some point and been repaired again. So there's a sort of patchwork element to the sort of right hand side of this building, and you see this. There are a few stories, but not like blocked one and then the next one and then the next one. It's more like there's a bit here and then a bit here and then like bits built over here, and like sort of a turret that's kind of being held up by a beam, and then like this sort of propeller that's maybe providing some sort of possibly turbine electrical energy to some sort of part of it. And you can hear as you approach the whirring of gears and machines clanking and sort of, I don't know, can you hear steam? Yeah, I guess like a whistle, maybe the whistle of steam contraction as you approach.
Leo, did your dad also build the house?
Parts of it, yeah.
I don't know if I find that reassuring or worrying.
Last one.
I'm looking at the buildings surrounding, like the nice residential area, and be like, such a shame. So much good coin to be made here. Maybe later.
What should we expect in this workshop? Is there guards? Is your father some kind of drug lord? Like, what should we expect in this space?
No guards. No. Definitely no.
What kind of relationship do you have to your father?
That is a deeply personal question. I won't answer that. He is not really a drug lord in the sense of being successful at it. He's more just doing it for fun.
As you do?
It's complicated.
Are you all going at once, or are you gonna be like, let's just?
So
Yeah.
I think it's quite a harsh statement, but I'm saying it, for my care for you. Your father is your drug supplier, and for fun, he gives his son drugs.
When you say it like that, it sounds rather bad. I see that.
Is that an issue, actually?
Insight into your character. Brilliant. That was great. Lauren.
I'm not sure I want to work with you anymore.
I mean, what's your point?
I feel we have to talk some issues out here too.
Why? Looking around.
If I ever have children, you're not allowed to babysit.
Well, I don't like children.
Somehow, I'm not surprised.
Incredible. For now, one wrong step, I might act badly, so I'm going to stand outside.
Yeah, that's maybe a good plan.
Can I come inside if I promise not to touch anything?
He's definitely going to touch something.
Tell.
Really, I'm trusting a robot more than you, so
Can I do a persuasion?
Persuade is
I'm actually really like you. So me.
I can go in as myself. I could also go in as someone else that you know, that he might know, that would make sense to be there, if that's of any use. I'm presuming he doesn't know the oath or the tinkerer.
Not really.
The oath?
That was much. That was okay.
To be
My
fair,
apologies. But the distance of time it took you to realize what I called you does prove my point.
I'm not liking this guy at all. At least you're honest. That's one good thing to look into. Let's put it that way.
So yeah. Maybe wait outside in the back alley between the houses for now.
sure.
You're not coming in?
No.
Keep an eye on him.
I'll try my best.
So who's actually going in then? The four of you?
I think it would probably be best if I do come in, because this trash is looking real good right now. And I said I wouldn't touch it, but
Yeah.
I honestly don't trust myself in this moment, so please bring me with you.
Okay. Not sure it's looking better inside, but yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's true. We'll see.
Try it.
I'm coming with you.
You don't want to protect your.
I'm
What
fine.
am
I'll
You know
take
the
care.
coin?
I'll take care of him.
Can't see anything going wrong whatsoever.
Yeah, you do have the coin.
Your vote
We have the
confidence
coins.
You do have the coin.
always
So
makes
you-
me
so you're
enthusiastic.
going in as well.
Okay, so instead of like normal, just a normal door here, it's actually a set of double swing doors. And well, you would know that it's because he has so many like huge, big contraptions, so it's just to get easier to get things in and out. Yeah, these swing doors are not common. It looks like he's kind of built these things himself. But so as you kind of approach the door, you do hear two voices speaking to each other. Voices that you recognize. One is your father, of course.
Yeah.
The other one, a voice you recognize as your sister.
Oh god.
Do you still
Somebody else want to go in?
do you still open that door and go in, or would you just hang back a little bit and just try and think
hanging
about what
back.
they're saying?
I try to listen.
Okay, so you hear your sister say, "You need to leave. There's no use staying here. I'm going, okay? And you need to leave as soon as possible." And your father is saying, "No, this is all I know. I can't leave my workshop. My work is my entire life. If I leave, then I'll have nothing." And your sister, there's a pause, and you hear footsteps towards the door.
Yeah. I open the door very, very like softly. You go, "Hi, Jen," and try to scoot by her.
She freezes, looks at you, looks back at your dad, and has not really said anything to you in a long time. Not seen you in a long time. Looks at the kind of company that you're with, looks a little puzzled,
Hi there.
and well, you're on there now.
Yes, hi there.
Voices again.
You can see that this person is very well dressed. This might be like
Just like me.
like expensive
I'm well dressed. Just you know.
expensive clothes that go together.
Mine don't go together.
and a beautiful white lace
I'm
bodice.
actually working on a sketch so you guys can see what.
Oh god.
Incredible.
what
And we'll put the finished sketch full screen.
yes.
And looks a little puzzled and just goes straight up to you.
I'm stepping backwards, like I'm.
And says, "You need to save her," and slips you a key, and then really quickly walks off.
Yeah, I'm very puzzled by that interaction. Like, what just happened?
You get a key.
Like, was expecting something much worse, so.
And at this point, your father sees you from behind this big sort of workbench. There's like gears and various things lying around. He's got these kind of goggles kind of placed at the top here that he was using to sort of focus and magnify whatever he was working on. And he says, "Leo, I didn't expect you today. I'm not sure I've got anything for you actually.
It's fine.
How are you?"
Leo, why don't you introduce us to your father?
Yes.
And you see a man, elf, yeah. No, I'm good. With sort of wild hair. It's not graying, it's not white, but it's like been burned a lot of times. And these kind of wild eyebrows that are like grown a little bit too long and then been singed. And with this sort of brown leather apron with tools sort of poking out. And sort of long-ish hair, but sort of swept back, but kind of frizzled and frazzled a little bit.
Yeah, I was way off.
Yeah. I told him.
I should have got the goggles at least, you know.
You didn't know. No.
Yeah.
I am not. Well, that's my dad. Hey, that's Franklin.
Hello, a pleasure to meet you. He kind of wipes his hands.
Hi there. Nice to meet you. What's up?
Nothing at all. That's quite an interesting contraption you have. Oh no, wait, are you disguised at the moment?
No, it probably will have worn off by now.
Yeah, it lasts an hour now.
Right, okay, but you've got the tinfoil hat.
I've got a tinfoil hat and yeah.
Have you got that sort of eyepiece as well?
Yeah.
Yeah. May I ask what exactly is its function?
Well, that would be telling.
Oh, I like this one. He
Yeah.
should come more often.
I figured.
And who might you be?
Pleased to meet you, sir.
Enchanté, and like getting kisses your hand.
There's an oil stain on your finger.
Let's just say I'm a very good friend of yours, sir.
Oh, interesting. A very good friend. That's rather interesting.
And this is Bones, Mr.
Hey.
Bones.
Are you as yourself right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
8ON35 Mark II Seeker variant automaton. Pleasure to meet you.
Interesting. My goodness, you are a remarkable specimen.
Well, thank you.
And without asking, he goes to like sort of touch. Do you let him, or do you kind of stand back?
I think I would kind of very quickly grab his hands, not in a like aggressive way, but in like a kind of catching it before he gets like in a split second trying to catch it before he touches me sort of way.
Such reflexes. Oh, I would pay a lot of money to examine you on my table. I'll tell you that right now.
I
Yeah, that's a
don't
bit
think
much.
that would be preferable.
Not for you, perhaps. So, what brings you over this way, my boy?
Yeah, could you stop embarrassing me? Thank you. These were my friends, so right now.
You've never brought friends here before.
Yeah, first time, right? So you know,
Definitely not right.
no, you know these things that you kind of
Yes,
sell.
your injector mechanisms.
Yeah, right.
Did I sell any?
Or made any for somebody.
And at this, he looks.
That is not me.
Yeah, he didn't quite expect this question, and is looking a little bit guilty at this point. Well, I might have run into some very persuasive group of people who perhaps enlisted my services for some work, but I never intended them to cause any harm.
Yeah, they're very good at not causing any harm. Wow, that was great thinking.
But I didn't have a lot of choice in the matter, did I?
Did you? What happened? Who hurt this guy?
No, I didn't. There was a gentleman. I followed his work, actually. That's the reason I trusted him in the first place. A man named Reynard Wallerman.
Really not one. Okay.
Yes, he's the head engineer at the Skyport.
Okay.
Very,
That's
very
like him.
clever gentleman, I must say. I don't know, he came in and looked very agitated and needed this work done in quite a hurry, actually. And so, you know, I built an example and I gave him some plans on how to replicate my work. And he seemed very, very pleased with what he's done, but after hearing what your sister had to say, all that business in Atlas Square,
Yeah.
it must have been him. I
Yeah,
guess
what's that?
I'm partly to blame.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, it was real bad. I was there.
You were there?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Unfortunately, we all were.
I see. That has brought you all together. And brought you to me. How interesting.
Yeah, and if I can put that together, like, you're in trouble.
You might be the only one who can. Nobody knows that I made those injector mechanisms
Oh, dear.
for you. Unless you've been around telling people that...
No, not really.
No?
No.
Then... Indeed. I'm not sure what else I can tell you, to be very honest.
What was Jane doing here?
Yes, well,
I haven't seen her, like, in years.
business with your mother, unfortunately.
You talk again?
No,
Wait,
no,
did you tell me?
I've not spoken to your mother directly. But, you know, that despicable man that she married,
Yeah.
Carson Selkman.
Heard about him.
Yes, well,
She wrote me a letter about that.
he's into some dangerous business, unfortunately. And I don't know whether she might be in some sort of trouble. But I'm not worried myself about it, dear boy. Perhaps you shouldn't either.
Sorry to butt in here, but the way I see it, we fight fire with fire. You give us jolt, and we inject it into our arms, like those porcelain guys, and then we'll take on all of them.
Right, my boy! I love your enthusiasm!
What?
Please don't.
That's not a...
Do you want to keep your arms or not?
Oh, do I need robot arms?
Kinda.
Oh.
If you come back to me in exactly 1 week, I shall have my resupply
No.
and...
Okay, perfect.
No!
How do you feel about this stuff? Because
I mean, I don't know what it does to you. I mean...
My only stipulation would be that I would need to keep you here to monitor your behavior and do some research and examine how it exactly affects the form of one so rodent, if I dare say, address you as such.
oh yeah, and you gotta sew an ear to my back as well, you piece of shit. Or grow an ear on my back, I don't know what you guys do.
Interesting concept.
No.
I wonder if
Let's don't.
your capacity for hearing would go up.
Actually, hold on guys. I think there's spots flying here.
No!
I'm not
You
sure
can be my
how
grandma.
vital that is, Franklin, if I were you.
Two great intellects like ours.
Now, my forte is not biological surgery, but I'm sure we can have a go.
Maybe you want to talk about this some other time.
Some of that.
Please don't!
What's wrong? Have I done something embarrassing again?
Yes!
Oh, I'm terribly sorry.
Yeah. Can I smoke inside here or is something going to explode?
Yeah.
No, you probably shouldn't light a naked flame. There is
Okay.
a residual gas
I
that
don't
I
mind.
haven't quite managed.
No, man. We should.
Okay.
Do you have somewhere that you can lie low?
Me? Well, not particularly. And I wouldn't want to be perfectly honest.
Well, that might be ill-advisable, would be my only suggestion. Anyone with a level of skill can tell a maker's mark, and if we can trace maker's marks back to you, then it's not impossible that others might do so as well.
Well, that's interesting you should say, because I don't quite... Do you mean an exact sort of symbol? I haven't marked anything as such physically. I guess the hand or the creative touch of an artist might be recognizable by a select few, but if anything, they may be traced back to Reynard. In such case, as he seems to be manufacturing large quantities of these injectors, and
We have reason to believe, at least, that Reynard or someone working with him is prone to scapegoating. And you might unfortunately find yourself a scapegoat.
well,
He's right, you know. He says a lot of smart things.
I'm with a computing capacity as I imagine you have. I'm sure you do say a lot of smart things. I have nowhere else to go. I shall stay here, and if they want to come for me, then they will.
Well, if you stay at this address, would you maybe be so kind to give us Reinhardt's address? Maybe we can ask him what's been going on.
I'm not sure exactly where he stays. Somewhere more north of one of these fancy areas. I am not sure.
But do you know where he's manufactured?
Yeah, bro.
Well, probably at his workshop in the Skyport, I'd imagine.
I may have flirted with one of the workers in the Skyport and gained access to their ID card, so if we need into the Skyport, I might have a way in.
Oh, Robotosaurus was for.
Oh, Minden.
Who's missing?
Does the name Thatchley mean anything to you?
Actually. No, not at all.
Okay, perfect. Bad lead.
So you really want to stay here?
Yes, I'm
Again.
going to stay.
Okay, against the advice of both of the kids, I just want to
Oh, you heard that, did you? Well,
try and.
if I die in this place, then I'll have lived a life that I'm proud of.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, but.
I've come close a few times, haven't I?
I know.
Well, you do know.
I really
That's
know.
true.
Yes.
Yes. Well,
Also, it does sound like if you don't die, you might get the chance to sew an ear onto a rat. And who can pass up on that opportunity?
he's just grinning ear to ear as he's like just enjoying this joke.
Franklin is like involuntarily scratching his back. Just like,
May I offer you a tea? Would you like to stay a while?
How clean is the teacup? So no. Back to the like. If you do have to, like, something happens and you have to run for whatever reasons, I'm working at this establishment, and they have rooms. Crinklies.
Crinklies, was it? Crinklies? Shall I write that down?
Please don't.
Crinklies, I feel like I've heard that before.
Yeah, just like
Is that place that sells those delicious little cupcakes?
No.
No? You're not making delicious little cupcakes?
Ah, fuck, I can't.
I thought you were an incredible baker, my boy.
Okay, yeah, we haven't talked in a while, yeah. I see how this is my fault. I can't think of the name. Fuck.
Yeah, we should all say it in unison.
1, 2, 3. Crick leaves.
Yeah, that one.
Oh dear. Oh, sorry. I feel like I might have misheard you there. Was it Crickleys that you said?
Yeah.
Yeah. And where would that establishment be located? Might I ask?
Yeah, under bridge.
Underbridge.
Yeah.
Oh,
For that place, it's kind of fancy, so.
it's fancy for Underbridge. Well,
Uh,
I
it
might.
has rooms.
It has rooms. Well, perhaps I might find some rooms in another establishment.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Right. Okay. Well,
Just as a last resort.
as a last
Very
resort,
last resort. It's an option.
it's an option. I'll keep that in mind. Thank you very much. So you won't stay for tea?
If you have the mighty need to drink some tea here, I won't stop you, but
I think we better get going. Thank you very much.
We are pressed for time.
Okay. I'm not offended. It's
It
my-
was a lovely offer. Thank you.
Can I just ask, did you react to the name Thatchley?
He's not.
He's not there, but
Here.
but
Oh, right,
you
I see,
would
yeah,
know.
Yes. What will that mean?
I suppose we've been able to.
Ah,
Oh yeah.
with ease, yeah.
Yes,
He
yes.
mentioned that actually. Yeah.
Right.
So,
Can I do? Well, I mean, I wouldn't necessarily be looking to these guys to see area.
No, yeah, that's
No,
true.
no.
Yeah, you were looking. Yeah. But you would have picked up that he said Thatchley.
Yeah.
So maybe, yeah. Maybe that's something that you weren't really related.
was
All right, are you guys?
Was it a note? That's
Are you guys leaving the workshop now?
Yeah,
Yes.
as we're going, I'm just asking, like, offhandedly, if. Do you have another, wild jolt flying around?
I'll check if I maybe have half a vial somewhere. I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, that's fine.
I need to wait for the resuppliers. I've been experimenting. It's quite fascinating. And kind of goes on to explain how some sort of experiment with Jolt and like he's trying it on various contraptions and how it affects different things. And stuff.
I'm not long until he
But
gets
he's
it.
as he's kind of doing this, he's rummaging around and he does find like half of my. So yeah, you can have that. But you've got enough for a few. All right, so you guys have exited.
Yeah. As we exit, I say to Leo. Now you don't have to answer that question anymore about the relationship. I see it now.
Is that all right?
Everything okay?
I think Leo needs to smoke.
I need to lie down. Or smoke. Maybe both. Thank you.
Oh, you got some more drugs from your dad. You know,
Yeah, he's quite lovely in that regard.
normally you would need to pay, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually?
I'm just a friendly man. I had a pack.
Speaking of being a friendly rat, Franklin, why did you ask him about this certain box egg? Why did you ask him about a person named Thatchley?
Why do you know someone named Thatchley?
It was just so out of the blue.
Well, I got this, burned up letter. I can't remember exactly how or why, but I found it just on the street. Maybe there was.
Wait, where was I going?
You were in Scrubblesley.
I was just doing the.
Yeah, we're just going around
Just
your
doing
your
my-
various trash.
I think it was in
so-
your home because remember it came up through the. It came up
Yeah,
through
it
the
was
fire.
near your home, but you were
Near
kind of
your
going
home,
through
yeah.
Scrubblesley. It was somewhere around
Ah,
one of the
okay.
various points that you. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a bit of a long shot, but just while I was doing my daily rounds through the trash, in Scrubblesy actually, I found this note, and it named actually the reason. This voice is killing me, by the way.
Your own voice.
The reason it's the secondhand smoke, I think.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Smoking two at a time, aren't you?
It sounds like you've been smoking a few yourself, I'm going to be honest.
Hey, that's between me and the thing I was smoking. Yeah, the reason I connected the dots is because when he said that, I can't remember the name, but he said that Leo's stepdad had the initials KS, and I have a letter that conveniently have the initials KS on them, and it was talking about a wife, and I was like,
What?
oh, he had a wife, you know? So, it's a big city. KS is probably not that uncommon, but
Would you mind if we have a look at the note?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
go
want
for
to
it.
see that too.
Does it say that? And we're both looking over it.
Or should I just read it?
You can read it out,
Yeah,
yeah.
read that again.
My wife has begun to suspect. I have to win her to our sooner than expected. Things are moving fast. The time is almost upon us. We are putting a lot of faith into you. I hope you do not disappoint. Remember Thatchley and be reminded of what happens to those of us who slip up and make mistakes. Best burn this letter when you have finished reading.
how?
Yours in
Secrecy.
secrecy, K.S.
How well do you know your stepdad?
I'm not sure that you've ever met me.
Like my mom told me she married a dude, but wasn't that much. She wrote me a letter. She married some dude called Well,
I really wish that I could.
Can you tell me that name again?
Karsus Salgrim.
Salgrim.
How do you spell that?
Yeah.
Karsus Salgrim. Is that too quick?
Yeah, I got it half correct.
While these guys are doing all this,
Mhm.
I'd like to take a moment to slip away.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, sure.
If people knows me, they knows me. I'm gonna do a stealth check if that works.
Yeah, sure.
Like
Just
this.
before we got back, or
This is as you're discussing through this note together, and I suppose maybe you'd have not tried to do this where you were away out. I'd have tried to do a walk around the perimeter to see if there's any windows that show me her dad. Anyway, so
I
I can at
actually
least
think-
see him at least once.
I was actually imagining that there were
Can I
like,
do-
kind of long, thin windows, like a little bit higher up. So perhaps if you found something to stand on and peered through one of these windows, you might be able to see everyone, see what's going on inside.
Okay, so do you want me to do like a insight perception check something like that?
I've
That's
got
around
30
the-
on perception for him.
Yeah,
sneaking
so 17 skill check. I expected you to see me.
away. I'm not
Yeah.
stopping him, but I'm
Yeah,
watching him.
That's fine.
Can I do a perception check actually? Let's see. +2 to see if I can find a window, something that would be able to move along, to stand on top, to look into the window.
You don't even need to roll for that. There's stuff lying about this garden everywhere. I think, how many people actually notice him sneaking away?
Well, I'm
What was
very-
the
I might-
perception? Or
So I think we did a walk around during it, so I could see the rock I wanted to do. So I just
During when
quickly
these
there.
four were inside.
Yeah, so a quick walk around just to see the rock. So we were just walking and talking.
Yeah.
And then in this moment, as I've slipped away, I know where I'm going to find that rock to push it to a window to look in. So
Yeah.
that stealth check was 17 people saw me.
What? Do we need to roll perception?
If you want to roll perception, I don't know if it's passive perceptions would be used. Or if you want to roll it because they are looking at something else to look
yeah.
at later.
True. Passive.
Passive.
Which you would still notice. I'm
22
fairly sure.
stuff.
Yeah.
So I think maybe it might be passive.
So you would need to be at 17. Who's got more than 17 and they're passive?
Oh no, that's not.
Only bones.
I would have
What's
been
passive?
concentration on this.
It's your natural. I think that means you might see me actually.
Chances?
Yeah, so it's that one there. So
I noticed.
Your passive
Oh, yeah.
perception is
Oh.
15.
Oh,
Ah, yeah.
So your investigation is higher, but your perception is lower.
I'm just chain smoking over here.
Yeah. So Bones will definitely plot you, but you've said that you're not stalking him. Right.
Do I then get a chance to see her father when I put a rock against it, or move something visible, I guess, for me to look in?
Yeah. This isn't like frosted glass windows or anything.
Can I then sort of watching him go away? Can I then sneak away myself? Or else half of us are gone. I'm just gonna.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna like lean against the wall, like sort of. He's gone around the side or whatever. I'm just leaning against like the wall, watching straight at him, so that he can see me as soon as he turns back. If that makes sense. So I'm trying to sneak away from this
Gotcha.
group, but so that when he turns around, he very clearly sees me watching him.
Right.
So- I'm not even looking for him, so he doesn't need to roll
No.
a spell check. I don't see him until he wants me to see him.
Yeah, for sure. Are you bothered about these guys realizing?
I
Wait, so-
think we're all pretty locked in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah. I think you've kind of maybe. Yeah.
I mean that conversation.
Yeah, true. That conversation is actually
Anyway.
going on.
I'm chain smoking over here and I'm like
The-
kind
the-
of
there's much I
intensely
didn't see, but
into
what-
it.
Yeah, like 3
Well, I wasn't. I'm not
Yeah.
trying to hide from you.
Yeah.
When you turn around to come back,
Yeah,
in the
I
group,
know,
I want
yeah.
you to see me.
Letters
Exactly.
talking
So
about, like,
as soon as I get a visible sight on him,
Yeah.
I'm gonna step off the rock, the box I'm on, start walking back. As soon as I see you, I'm gonna silently message so that they can't tell that I'm doing it with verbal or somatic. I'm gonna message him because as long as I know where he is, I can transfer messages through buildings and stuff like that. So now that I see him, I'm gonna message him because I don't want him to see me by looking.
You're
at
messaging Leo's dad.
Yes.
Okay.
And I want to say, this is your god. You have defiled your son by destroying his body.
My goodness.
You need to atone for your sins by giving up your actions
Wow.
and dedicating yourself to protecting this city, not hurting it. People have died because of you. Your son is hurt and addicted to drugs because of you. And I never want to see or hear this happen again. Or there will be consequences beyond your reckoning.
Wow.
It's a silent thing, so you can't tell I'm casting it, but you do know that I went to see him.
Is there any like showing on you? Where it's silent.
I'm angry. I'm very angry. I'm not even trying to hide that I'm angry. You can tell that I'm angry.
Okay.
So I don't even need you to do a check. You can tell I'm raging at this whole situation.
Wow.
Can I do a deception check? Oh no, this is my
No.
friend, and I found out my friend's been hurt by their father.
No. This is intimidation.
Intimidation, both are +9. So yeah.
Everything that character does.
So that is 16. It's not very high. Do I have advantage if it's coming out of nowhere? Is that potentially possible? Like suddenly they're hearing a message in their head and not seeing where it's coming from.
Yeah, but he's not the type of person
Yeah.
who let that sort of thing phases and like.
Okay,
takes
so
over.
but 16 still a good roll.
16's still
so-
a decent roll.
Yeah,
I think. Do you hear them answer you?
they can answer me all they want.
Yeah.
They whisper and answer back to me and only I can hear it.
It's the first time he
How fascinating! I have no god. I wonder where this voice is coming from. I wonder if it's some sort of magic spell. I wonder if what you're saying might be true. Perhaps I have harmed the boy, but he wanted it. He benefited from it. Well, if you can hear what I'm thinking, then I shall have to protect myself somehow. And he goes around and puts something on his head.
Before he gets put a chance to put something on his head, because I'm answering as soon as I hear him say that.
Yeah.
He says, you might not know who your god is, but you'll soon be going to hell. As soon as he hear it, then obviously I just hear it cut off.
Wow. I think
The notion
can't
of
really.
somebody, there's notion, it takes more than 6 hours to find someone to put in their head, but the notion of somebody,
Yeah, for sure.
like being okay with their son being, because they benefited from it, their son being cut apart and put metal arms on, and that is ludicrous to me. And it reminds me of someone that I dream of on a regular basis, and I want that person to hurt.
Okay.
But
You see even more rage, and actually, you know what? The second time I message back, I don't hide that I'm doing it.
Yeah.
And you see me whisper into my conch. You don't know what's happening, but you see me whisper into enraged. almost like I couldn't even hold back my anger.
Yeah, wow.
Eh,
I think you wouldn't notice it if you can't see him.
I don't know if he hears it or not, but I do stay up.
But I think he is definitely kind of shaken by that, and he's never kind of quite experienced that before. And I think you definitely like made him think about some stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't think like
This is the thing
that
with
was
me
his
as well.
reply. That's all you know is what
Yeah.
he replied.
Yeah.
And
This is
then
the thing that
he
you
put
know.
that helmet on, and now he's starting to think about what you said, and you know, I don't think he's thinking, oh, this is a god that's messaged.
Oi.
Yeah, he's definitely.
I didn't roll high enough intimidation.
Fight God himself.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah. But I think he's definitely processing your words and being like, maybe I should look at this from a different perspective in a sort of analytic, scientific sort of way.
In my mind, I wouldn't know any of this.
Weighing
It's
up the
not
no.
just about him. There's other things as well. So that's why I respond so quickly. You might not even heard that second statement.
No, I think
Self
he probably
said
did.
it,
Yeah.
And I look towards you as you sort of saw that, and I just walk past and say, "This is not on," and just walk past you without saying what I did, unless you stop me.
I'm not going to stop you. I'm just going to watch, but make it very apparent that I've seen. So,
Okay. Are you all back together again?
Utilising has re-emerged to the group because I'm not sure if stealthy in the way back.
Oh, I don't care.
Where are we going next?
Yeah, we're on that main
Yeah,
at
yeah.
the meaning of that, and wondering if it's beneficial to our mission to involve more of your family, which seems to be quite dramatic.
But it's the first solid lead we got on
Yeah.
the thing we worked on.
Yeah, apparently. And I mean, my family is now in this business apparently, and if my sister talks to me and tells me I should help save my mom, then it's serious. It's really serious.
What do you have in your hand there?
It's a kid.
What for?
I don't know.
I found I gave it to her.
No,
Ah.
it was my sister.
Yeah.
Oh,
They
right.
really don't remember.
Wait, did she not tell you what it was for?
No.
Love it. Here's a random key. Could be for anything.
Yeah.
So
She doesn't really talk to me like.
This was the first words she'd said to
Yeah.
Leo in
In years.
years and years and years.
She hates me.
It was like she was really processing whether she wanted to say anything to Leo. It was a massive shock to see Leo at all. So even to say those few words that she did was a
Yeah, I
big
cherish him.
So, if this is your stepdad, and this is a recent-ish letter, then his wife is probably
Yeah,
your mom.
right.
And it sounds like not
It sounds-
a very healthy relationship, if nothing else. Yeah.
Didn't really want to involve me in this, but apparently I have to.
Yeah. Not ideal.
No.
Did you guys tell me about Thatchley?
No, I just say it's a person that we're actually kind of looking for a little.
Oh, that's the person. Okay,
Mm.
Yeah.
gotcha.
We're looking.
I
for
didn't
that
get
person.
the where you're looking for someone.
Well, yeah, we're looking for a guy that's called like that. Yeah.
Could be a different Thatchley.
Could be different, actually.
what happened? What do you know of what happened to Thatcher?
Well, certainly nothing good, as the note said that, you read out. So,
Oh, so you think it is the same Thatchley?
it could be.
Be highly coincidental, but not impossible.
Yeah, and it would be coincidental if KS was your stepdad.
Yeah.
And if he had something to do with the disappearance of the guy that these guys are looking for.
How would it be so coincidental?
And if your sister was to say something about getting her out,
Yeah.
and your mom being in trouble because your stepdad. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Where
really
do we
bad,
go
yeah.
from here?
That's really
Good question. Where do we go from here?
Well, I would suggest that we probably should check out the docks where your stepdad is working.
Could we stop calling him that, please? I never met the guy.
Well, I've never met my father, but I mean,
I'm kind of jealous.
I don't know if it would
understand
be
that.
best to go for the most pressing matters first, because your associates might be you mentioned earlier on, sort of cleaning up the house or setting up a trap for us, either or. Why don't we get back voice, sorry. Why don't we go towards them first to deal with that situation, because we could potentially capture your old associate, maybe get some information through means, and make sure that any loose ends might be tied up if needed as well.
I think we should first go for the dogs actually, because I'm not entirely sure if she is involved in it at all. Maybe she is not anymore.
What are you saying there? The docks?
I mean the
Skyport.
The skyport. Right, that's what you mean. Right, okay.
Yeah.
But if we can go to the skyport, they may have more information on that if they've set you up. If we can go to the skyport with even more information, we'll have more stuff to figure out, rather than just one loose name and we knowing that they're kind of working involved with.
Okay, yeah.
It feels very hard to deny that you have been set up in this scenario.
Do you know
And
what
the
the
person that
information
set you up would be Ease or someone using Ease. Who, if Ease is aware, would probably, if she has some common sense, disappear fairly quickly.
Okay, yeah, I see your reasoning here. Yes. Yeah, we should do that, I think.
Okay, so there's a few places that you kind of have in mind that you maybe want to go. We've got maybe back to the temple. We've got Bridge's End, the last place you know that Ease was, and you've got the Skyport. Is that right?
Also, if we particularly want to get into the Skyport, then and I'll turn it into Minden. Hello, I'm Minden. Nice to meet you. I work in the Skyport, and I hold out his ID in a very cheery fashion, and then drop it very quickly.
I miss Minden.
What a callback.
He did really enjoy that squid.
Second, I thought you didn't taste anything,
I did.
but Minden does. This confuses me.
Or like playing the character.
The line between disguise and identity is more fine than you might think.
I think we should head for your old associate personally over the last place you mentioned. Where we
Bridge's
last-
End. And
That's my vote. I don't know what other people want to do first.
Is there a reason for people to turn up on the doorstep? What's the easiest way in? If you guys show up there, you're almost certainly going to get shot.
Not in this dress.
Not in this dress, it is a very fine dress.
Thank you.
We need to be a little bit smart though about how we approach this. So, do you have any suggestions of this space? We know absolutely nothing of your organization other than you like to hunt some people down.
Well, I think something like this could help you, and then I give you the mark of the
Oh.
organization actually.
Yeah, okay.
Taking it off my, taking it out of one of my coats.
We all
Is there any recognition of that mark as soon as we see it?
Anyone would recognize this. This is really shady. This is.
Do we investigation check or history check maybe, or what? I don't. Arcana?
I do also speak Thieves' Cant for what it's worth. I don't know if in case there's any Thieves marking to it. But
Well, he could have a lead.
Okay, roll me history, yeah.
All of us are.
You can roll well, but I think it's maybe gonna be a higher DC for you.
that was an 11.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's the same option.
Because Bones does have some criminal connections, whereas I think you've been kind of maybe avoiding criminal connections. At 3 anyway, yeah, fair.
We're getting on this roll.
I'm
You've been into some nefarious stuff.
Yeah, you guys have maybe been
Yeah.
underground.
nah.
Excuse me.
well, maybe not actually. Maybe Franklin has.
You're upstairs, right?
Maybe that's an assumption. I'm very sorry.
That's you sound just like each other.
Yeah, you're right. Sorry, I apologize. I take it back.
Yeah, you check
One
one.
of them,
No.
nothing.
Oh, okay.
I checked. I had.
Yeah, so
Just
this is
figure. You see the badge and you're like.
it's a
"Fuck
very very simple design of a symbol, but it's
that."
It's
It's just a casket.
yeah.
barely recognizable shape.
It's the shape of the
Very
basket.
Oh.
suspicious.
You work for like a grave digging organization. That's excellent.
Well,
You
we
wish. Undertakers?
Were you looking for to
We
buy her?
take-
What?
we could take people under for the right pay, so it's not too far off. But I would suggest not going into more detail about this than necessary.
If you had to tell us anything more, you'd have to kill us. Right, excellent.
I feel like the amount that we know probably would still also be needed to be killed by now. Thankfully, Elwyn might manage it,
Yeah. Maybe.
but there's 4 on 1.
Yeah.
We'd give her a good go.
Would be fun.
It is a tavern. It's a tavern that's frequented by tourists. It's a busy place. It's much more kind of up market than Crickley's was, and Ease was just renting a room there for a while. You don't know where she's actually based. That was just a place that you were you received a message to meet her there for this one meeting, basically. Yeah, Elwyn, you've been in the city a little bit longer. You might have met Ease in other places as well, but you know that this was the last place, like literally yesterday.
Yeah.
There. So the chances are she's
Quite good.
Yes.
So then-
or at least you might find something, you know, maybe she left something there to say where she's gone next, or you know, some sort of method of reaching her. That maybe is something that you have done in the past, where you've gone back to somewhere that you met her before, and there's been some sort of coded message telling you where to meet her next, or something like that. So you've got a good, you know, you're better going here than anywhere else to try and find out if she's
Right.
there, or maybe where the next place she'll be. That's maybe your thinking at this moment.
We have a couple of ways that we could do this. The first, we simply walk up in disguise with this mark and request to speak to her, even though we're unknown. The second option, one of my preferences possibly, is we use Julian as bait. He simply goes up to the door and sees what happens.
I like it.
Or the third option is that we can sneak in ourselves, find a back door, our own entrance.
Why don't one of the 2 of you, or 3 of you, since when all 3 of you potentially disguise, why don't you disguise as her? And ask for information. Maybe there would be a way of finding more things out.
That could work.
Or maybe she could bring him in. Who knows? Means he's still in danger. I like that part.
So it's you 3 that know what she looks like.
Oh, I can tell you.
So yeah.
So does that mean the best person? Would that mean the best person then?
It is, however, obviously a risk, because if she's in the building, then we've put the biggest possible target on our own heads.
Good point.
Yeah. Didn't think of that.
Also, I prefer a plan that doesn't bring him into danger more than we did this morning.
I quite enjoy this plan.
So do I, in theory. In practice, my whole command is to protect him.
Wait,
Seems
isn't that a
unfair.
command by somebody who just betrayed you?
No, I got my orders elsewhere.
Well, we could just go in guns blazing, kick the door in, and see what happens.
You want to go first?
I'll go last.
I suspected as much.
If you
I'll give you the cover you need.
if you describe this tiefling to me, I can recreate them
I need a drawing. Would you like to draw
in
him?
great detail, and we can workshop the
Yeah.
voice. I'm pretty good
Yeah.
at voice. Yeah.
She doesn't sound like my grandma, but you kind of get
Oh,
it right.
I never
Yeah.
met your grandma.
How would Franklin know what your grandma sounds like?
Zion, are you listening to this conversation?
Sorry.
How would Franklin know how Leo's grandma sounds?
Oh no, don't worry, Franklin. I already picked up earlier on when you tried to change into her dad. I figured it out. Don't worry. I've been ahead of the curve for quite some time now.
Can I insight check?
Yes,
that?
you can.
That was a 25.
It's a half true. So I figured it out earlier, but I've not been ahead of the curve for quite some time.
Right.
I figured it out last conversation.
Quite some time, of course.
Quite some time.
What she did.
Knowing this all along.
So just one point of clarification, Elvin. You've met her a few times before, Ease.
I have.
In different locations or in the same location?
Yes, she doesn't You never meet her at her own place. You meet her in open places, which will change quite often. If you come back to that place and she's not there, sometimes it's possible to find hints that give you a new location. But not necessarily. Also, if she wants to see you, she will contact you. You don't necessarily contact her. Can be very tricky.
Okay, so this is less of an infiltration of your head office, and more of a trying to see if there's any clues left behind where she last
Yes.
was, potentially.
I mean, this was yesterday, so chances are quite high that she might still be there. But then she also would have heard about Atlas Square and the temple, so who knows?
Could then, for example, yourself in your fantastic disguise and one of myself or Franklin accompany you into the inn, take out, maybe rent a room, take a wander around and just see if you could try the door, the room that you last met her in, just kind of get the lay of the land. If she seems to be there, well, we might need to work out a plan of discussing with her. If she's not, then maybe you can do a little rummaging around.
So
That's
you
feasible?
wouldn't know the room that she was staying in because you met her in the public space, in the bar.
okay.
It was just in a corner where you wouldn't be
Yeah.
overheard. So yeah, you would know the exact room that she was staying in. But perhaps if you were to go to that corner where you met her, you might. That was the kind of tradition beforehand, where you'd go to the place, the exact spot that you met, and maybe there'd be like a note tucked in somewhere.
How many rooms in this establishment are there actually? May not be massive, maybe medium size.
Yeah, medium
You could
size.
chap every single door.
You could. That's what you want to do.
Oh, not me, I'm talking to them.
No.
They could go play all that they want.
Sure. So yeah, you are across the complete other side of the city here. Overlook is on the other side of the bridge. It's up the cliff a little bit. It's going to take some time to get it. You could maybe take a couple stops on the train, and then that might be a little bit quicker because you're out in Gansdale, yeah.
Didn't realise that. Would there be other things on the way that might be potentially useful? No.
Bar
Where is the skyport exactly?
Yeah, so the skyport's up there on the other side of the bridge.
Oh, if we go up there, then just go across the bridge afterwards, then.
Yeah, so we could go to the skyport, yeah.
And then just straight across the bridge.
towards-
I mean, we could also do it the other way and go to Overlook first to try and get some more clues. Like, take the train round to Overlook and then just take the transport.
I suppose either way will roughly be about the same.
You're about sort of I would say 12:30 about this point. You spent a few hours getting to the work. Oh yeah, it didn't take long with the policemen. They weren't too far away. It was a short interaction, but it was a little bit of time to get to those father's workshop and do that sort of thing. So you're getting towards maybe 1 p.m. and so it's afternoon. So you've got plenty of time to do a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
In this day.
Other question. Does this look like a house key? I have to try every key door in the city.
No, it looks like
An in-room key. It could be the inn overlook.
Okay.
Or we go in
If you
two
think-
parties, one party here, one party goes there, and we meet on the bridge.
But then we'd have to go back one way to
Yeah,
bridge
I
too.
know.
Why, if your
okay.
street temple's the best to go last, why don't we go to Overlook first?
Yeah.
Then we go to Skyport, then we go to Temple.
Yeah.
Let's just
Right.
now.
Yeah, let's do
and
that.
maybe cut some of that as well. So let's get a train down over to Overlook.
okay. Yeah, that's fine. So you managed to do that, no bother. You're in your disguise. I'd maybe make you roll a stealth check.
Yeah, we're walking the streets. He's going through all the alleyways
Can
as
I,
fast as possible.
while we're traveling about, can I be keeping my eyes peeled for any guards or police
Yeah.
that might be about in the town? I'm just spotting them.
Perception then.
Can I give him some form of assistance?
What's your stealth?
27.
27. Yeah, I don't think anyone's gonna spot you. I think you're managing to sort of use your sort of hood and just like if anyone looks like they might be glancing your way, you're aware of that and you're making yourself unseen.
It was 28 for perception as well.
Okay.
And also possibly at the same time, just making sure that there's no one tracking us or following us. Like, although it might not be official that people are looking for us, I'm also suspicious that I'm almost suspicious that there's not people looking for us. If that makes sense. So I'm just kind of trying to keep an eye about.
No, I don't think there is anyone following you because I don't think anyone who. It was such a coincidence that the one person who might know, who might have traced this back to your father, was in Atlar Square at the time. Like, I think that was just like, whoever might be behind this wasn't anticipating that, so there's no way they would like scout out Leo's father's workshop to see who was there, and like that didn't happen. So I don't think there's anyone actually trailing.
The only other little detail I'd add as well is that I would be in disguise this whole way through.
Yeah, what disguise are you?
I'm gonna keep with my my like sort of short halfling kind of.
Oh yeah, with
quite well dressed, slightly posh looking with messy blonde hair.
Great. Yeah, cool. Were you wanting to do something as well there?
I was just going to assist on the check and stuff like that.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's fine.
I'm just logging police too because that's what I always do.
Yeah. There's
Maybe because I know the streets a little bit better than he does. Maybe just messaging. Sorry, what's your Julian? Is it? No, what's your guy's name again?
Julian. Yeah.
Julian. Maybe just messaging Julian saying this is the way to roughly go to keep up with us, so that
I can jump.
we can keep in
through
contact.
whatever.
Yeah. Cool. Great. Yeah, I think you get there without too much difficulty. It maybe takes about an hour. Yeah, because you're getting the train, you've got to go up the cliff a little bit. Yeah, about an hour to get there. So maybe we're looking at 2 p.m. ish. So are you all just entering the tavern, Bridges End?
It's a fancy one, right? Or-
It's kind of middle of the way. It's a big step up from Crickley's. But Crickley's is this like labyrinth of a building, and this is a kind of much more structured, a bit sort of brighter, much more sort of inviting. There's a warm fire. There's people sort of singing. There's groups of people sort of having a good time together, and you hear, this is a kind of bustling type of place.
Well, I'm gonna stay outside, and if something suspicious approaches the place, like for example a whole bunch of policemen or the temple guard or anything like that, or a whole bunch of people from, people that I know. Basically, I'm gonna make this with the coin, give you guys a sign that something is coming, eh? Because I wouldn't like to show my face in there, and you have your disguise.
I have my disguise. I suggest I go in first. Maybe someone comes with me. Just sit at the bar, have an overlook, and I can make this go green. And then if you see it go green, the rest can come in. And then I will have a look at the table where we were sitting last time.
You could, I could give you out one drink, like,
You
in
can
the
give.
fancy place.
Oh, you can buy me a drink in the fancy place. I quite appreciate that, to be perfectly honest. Maybe a good shout out. What if we just go in as patrons? And everyone sit down and just enjoy some food and drink, and then one person follow you. Now, I'm not sure if the best person would be, Bowen's considered he can pretty much be anything he wants, or myself who's got some level of charisma as well, to just talk you up a big game if you need some deceiving done on your side. So I think probably good shout so that everyone just sit down and enjoy some tea and coffee and be ready to jump in if needed. Do you want to take this one? Do you want me to take this one?
Why don't you go with Elwyn and I'll go to the bar as maybe a bit more of a louder distraction to just a friendly, well, maybe not friendly, but noisy patron anyway.
And that sounds fair. So I'll follow after you, and then everyone else sort of grabbing a drink and some tea maybe or whatever. So
And you're staying outside just to kind of watch in case any enemies are approaching, and you can glow back.
I'm also hiding, eh? So
You're also stealthing, yeah. I think
And a
you're
bush.
fine with that stealth check that you rolled earlier. I think that's totally fine. Okay, so the rest of you are entering.
I'll bring you a sandwich.
and splitting up. You're going to the bar, and and the four of you are going to
Yeah.
sit at a table.
We're normal sentence.
The four of us? Are you sitting at the table?
Well, I just walked in and let you guys decide if you will sit with me
Oh,
or sit somewhere else.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I see. Okay.
I'm just in the bar for Overwatch myself. Cool, no worries. So have I got the coin or you got the coin?
I've got the coin
Cool. Just making sure. Just want to make sure.
and I'm looking around, like not too obviously, but to make
Yeah,
to
just
see
looks
what's going on.
just looks like a normal day. There's nothing suspicious going on that you can tell.
Do I see a certain tiefling lady?
Okay, you constantly didn't know.
Do I see any suspicious people like
No, but there
policemen
are.
trying to hide their mustaches behind dresses or something?
Dresses.
If I can put on a dress, so could policemen.
That's beautiful.
No. But what you do notice is that in the booth that you were sitting with Eve last time, there are actually a couple of people there taking up that space. So if you wanted to kind of investigate that area, you might have to ask them to sort of move.
Do they have drinks? Do they look
Yeah.
like they've been sitting there for a while?
Yeah, they've got like lunch.
Is the lunch eaten or is it?
It's halfway done.
Okay. I'll wait for the other ones to come into the.
Okay.
So you've been in the bar, and I've been in the bar. Sorry.
Whatever we're in. So
I'm-
one of us is with Elvin and the other one
I'll
is
go
with
with
the
that
bar.
one if
Okay,
you're
and then
with
I'll
the
go to the bar.
Okay.
I may have a way of trying to trick them out of it. So I'm gonna walk up. I'm just gonna whisper to you, pretend you're blind, as I'm walking past, and I'm gonna go. I'm sorry, my friends. Nice to meet you. My name is Zion. I'm currently traveling with. Well, it's a blind friend, and they know this park quite well. And the place where they know to sit is this exact booth. They know how to get to the bathroom by themselves. They know how to get about this establishment very well, but very specifically from this bar. From this booth. Is there any chance we could possibly? I know you're in the middle of your meal. I know you're in the middle of a drink. This is a difficult circumstance. Could we have this space, please?
Great. Persuasion.
Deception, I think, is. But they're both the same, so it doesn't really matter. So
Okay.
I'm going to use Tides of Chaos. To
Oh.
advantage.
Okay.
So that means soon, if I cast a spell, you might have. It doesn't give me advantage. It gives me an extra D4 and stuff.
Right.
So I get 3 extra on whatever this roll is.
Okay.
Please don't be a nat 1. It's an 18 plus 9 plus 3, so that's 13 total.
Oh wow.
Mhm.
Okay. They absolutely do, but I feel like I should make you roll a performance
Yeah.
check here.
With 13?
I mean that's an amazing
That's an
deception.
ungodly roll.
That's an incredible deception.
Does that at least give her advantage?
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. I'm fine with that.
Yeah. So they're absolutely convinced by you. I'm not sure if they're going to be convinced.
Oh!
What? That was
No,
a
not to
20.
the-
20. Like a dirty 20, but
Incredible.
I'm blind apparently.
Wow. Yeah, you guys.
Oh no.
Perhaps you pulled this scam before.
I give her my
Where- I think maybe you guys have done this before, and this is like an oiled routine here,
Looks like
where you
routine,
like
yeah.
scam people where you pretend that you're blind.
I'll even help you move stuff from this table to whatever booth you want to go to.
Yeah,
I'm really
100%.
sorry.
The three people who were
Yeah.
sitting there, they're all sort of just humans, and they're just like, oh, yes, of course. Oh, I completely understand. Yes, whatever we can do. Yes, please, sit here. And they'll and kind of go over to another table and like bring their sort of stuff.
I put down 3 silver pieces like on the new table they're at, and I say, "Thank you very much. You've been more than accommodating."
Oh, very nice. Yeah, lovely, great. But
And I'm
as you've
gonna invest
used
money.
that Tide of Chaos, as you feel yourself tapped into that magic, you get a resonance of the last time of when you used that message spell earlier, and you just some sort of synapses connected here, and that little flare of rage just
Sorry,
surges.
just to clarify, Ben Lux, the thing I was doing, not Tides of Chaos. Sorry,
Right,
I need to
okay.
use a spell for Tides of Chaos, but still the same thing, yeah.
Anyway, yeah, they're cool.
So I twisted magic in my form.
Yeah, great. And I'm gonna need you to roll a d20 for a wild magic surge.
I rolled a 13.
Okay, you find you're able to sort of suppress that flash of like just that memory of that rage that you had earlier.
There's 3 gold for you. Sorry, there's 3 gold for you. I'm really sorry for any problem I've caused. Yeah, silver.
Silver, yeah, not gold.
Clarifying silver.
Did say silver earlier.
Silver.
No problem. Your purse must be looking pretty low.
Suppressing rage and speaking.
I'm not buying the rounds this time.
After retconning buying that espresso machine.
Didn't talk about that.
Great. Okay, so now these guys are sitting in that booth that
Yes.
they
Oh,
must
that's
have
the
like
one I-
pointed out to him.
Yeah.
That's the one that you brought.
Yeah.
And are you
I
at the
joined.
bar? At this
Yeah,
point?
I've grabbed a stool at the bar.
You're just kind of
essentially,
being
yeah.
wary,
Yeah, I'm like-
not kind of.
I'm clocking around, just sort of keeping an eye
Yeah.
on the room, sort of thing, and I guess.
Yeah, for sure. And you've got that passive perception. Anything that happens, you'll be the first to know.
Actually, since I've been in this establishment before, I will walk to the toilets just to see in general if anything more is the way it should be or shouldn't be. You know, in general.
Yeah. Roll perception.
30?
It seems like it's all the same as it was last time.
Good. Then I use the ladies' room and then come back.
There seems to be people talking about this earthquake that happened. Like, this is the news. This is like what people are talking about.
Anything interesting?
In my house, a few glasses broke, and we all had quite a fright. That sort of.
Nothing
that sort of
interesting.
just goes like. There's nothing like.
Right.
Like super interesting. It's just this is the kind of buzz.
Does this establishment have an upstairs or a no?
Yes, there is an upstairs, but that's where the actual rooms are. This is the open public space, and if you go upstairs, that's where the kind of rooms that people stay in.
Do they have this kind of thing where there's the keys hanging? Where you can see if rooms are taken or not taken.
yeah.
And do the keys look like the key that Leo?
Interesting.
Like that?
Good question. No, thanks.
Oh.
But that's also useful information. You know that it's not.
How lot of the rooms taken?
Yeah, the big bit.
A fair amount are, but not
Or down.
Right.
not more than half.
I go back to the bar and finish my drink.
Okay. So you guys are sitting in this booth, but not really knowing what to look for.
I think they're the two that are investigating. We're enjoying a beverage together and
Yeah.
just having a lunch, really, if possible.
Okay. Yeah.
Hey, we're not
You
there
can
for
order
the
some
part.
lunch if you like. Yeah, there's something to do. Or Franklin, where are you in this whole shebang here?
Yeah, I sort of was watching this whole thing going on. This
Please don't destroy my roofs.
no, and I'm not gonna say anything about it, but I'm gonna like slide into the booth next to Leah, like just sort of head down.
It's just seeing Ira.
Just like
Sorry.
I don't know what to say really. That felt bad, Leo. I don't know. It just I don't like you deceiving people like that. It was ableist. It was
I'm sorry, I'm missing 2 arms and 2 legs. That's the labels.
yeah.
Because I. Seriously.
Wow.
Check your privilege, dude.
When you put it that way, I guess. It just made me uncomfortable is all. I'll keep it to myself. I'm sorry.
Oh, great.
To be fair, it wasn't the nicest thing for me to do. But yeah.
I'll join the guys.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Have you looked? Is there any hint?
Oh, sorry.
I can't see.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
Forgot. Yeah, that's why we're at the booth, isn't it? Should we do an investigation check on each of our seats to try to see if we find any paper or some markings on the table?
Yeah, exactly.
Or
Are the people gonna see you searching for something?
I can't really look if I feel something because I don't feel much.
Investigation?
Yeah.
Or-
I got an 8 personally. I do that well.
Back to the topic.
15?
Okay.
22.
I'm gonna give you advantage because you've
Yeah.
you kind of know the kind of nooks and crannies that there might be. So if you roll again
We.
and then take the higher roll, might still be good. Let's see.
I think that's perfect. It's a circumstance.
No. Okay. I think even with a 15, I think you do find this.
I got 20.
You got 22. Okay, Franklin.
Franklin finds it.
I'm used to looking in nooks and crannies.
So. Wait.
You're just feeling the top of the table.
So committed.
Bumping heads.
I'm so committed.
You actually knock over Zion's plate onto the floor.
No, here's your drink. There you go. Just
Your whole lunch has just been spilled on the floor.
Yeah, sorry about the people.
it's okay. You're buying. Another round of sausages, please.
Another silver.
Another breakfast.
Yeah. Another breakfast. Yeah. Exactly. So Franklin, underneath your seat,
Yeah.
you feel a note that's quite similar to the paper that your other bird note.
Do you have a note for me?
No, I don't have any. But it's you can't understand what's written on this thing at all.
Not in a language that I understand.
Basically, it just doesn't make sense. So it's words and phrases that you can read, like in common, but it's
Oh,
just
right.
like to you, it's just like this absolute nonsense.
Got it.
Okay.
So, do you guys have the cipher?
Or are you handing it to
Yeah, I'll have
Elwood,
it. I'll have
perhaps?
it.
Alright.
You can read it. You
I can
you know what this.
Okay.
You know what this means, basically.
What does it tell me?
This has been written in a hurry.
Mhm.
It's first of all, if you find this, Elwyn, Dolian, I'm sorry. I didn't know that you would be pinned for what went down in Albert Square. I gave you those coins in good faith. I had limited knowledge of what was going to happen. I have left Atlantia, and I suggest you do the same. That's it.
I read that out.
In the bar.
Quiet.
Do you want to
Yeah, there's nobody who looks like they're kind of over here. And with that passive perception, yeah, there's really there's nobody here that seems like they're gonna they're listening in or
even
anything
if
sort
they
of like
couldn't
that.
hear anything over the
What-
sausage sounds.
While I'm kind of sitting at the bar, I think I would be trying to chat with the barkeep. So, hello, sir. It's good to meet you. I am Morris. It's an absolute pleasure. And I'd be chatting away with him a little bit and trying to gently pry him for any information that he might have as the barkeep in this establishment, just in case.
Okay,
he's heard of-
specifically about ease or just anything?
No, just general prying of information with a little slide of quite a few gold coins.
Okay.
If I get a read on him that thinks that he might be into that, like,
Yeah.
like.
So this is a kind of burly sort of the coin. It's like last yesterday and now coin.
It was a devastating message, I know.
Yeah, so this is a sort of burly orc who is kind of is not used to being like the sort of face of this establishment, and is saying, "Yeah, right. Yeah. Well, we had this earthquake yesterday, didn't we?
It was quite the day. It's remarkable.
It was something else, wasn't it?
Nearly shook my hair off.
Really? Wow. He's sort of polishing the glass as you're kind of talking.
Any other odd goings on in a place like this, you know. A fellow like yourself, I'm sure you've seen many things.
Yeah, well, I've seen some stuff. I'll tell you, I've seen some stuff. Yeah, for sure. I've yeah. Not recently though. No.
Have you happened to have pick up yours?
We're like mirroring time. Sorry, I made an accent similar.
Have you happened to have seen anything that might be worth buying?
Might be worth buying.
Might be worth some coin. You?
He's like totally not catching on. He's like, well, we can give you some lunch if you want to buy that. We've got some drinks. You want some ale? I can buy you an ale if you like.
I'll slide 5 gold coins onto the counter.
Oh, that's gonna get you quite a lot of food if you like, or a room if that's what you're after.
I'm looking for any information.
Information.
Keep on picking up your voice there. that you think might be worth 5 gold coins.
He's like, I really want these gold coins, but I know nothing. So it's like, what can I say to this guy? I think he like just puts his hand on the coins and is like, well, my cousin, right? Yes.
Drama.
He was by that square last night, I can tell you. He works in the area, if you catch my meaning. And, well, it was the right to do, wasn't it? These lads caused quite a kerfuffle.
Did he show you anything that blew up? Did he say anything that maybe the news?
Well, what he did see was those protectors from the temple, right? They weren't the same, you see? Not many people know that. And he goes to like pocket the coins.
Someone defeated the else's
I
life.
sort of winks.
Beautiful.
And you know they don't get on with the police too well, do they? What are you wanting information for, anyways? Don't you want one of our famous beverages?
I think I've overstayed my welcome.
Oh. This orc looks absolutely bewildered at this encounter. Just like, what? He made so much money that he's not even questioning it, but it's just like, alright.
It was Tom Hardy from Peaky Blinders and the Gungan leader.
Very true.
In fact,
Is that how bones recalibrate?
I just couldn't keep the. I think
we kept mirroring each
there
other.
were two, like, it was just two
Just
very
similar.
different bits of still London that just couldn't finish properly. But
I apologise if you're from London. We are Scottish, we don't quite know what they are. Okay.
sorry.
Somebody, maybe, I don't know. Okay, so you've got this bit of information, got something useless that you already knew. What are you guys doing now?
I mean, she's been down here for quite a while. I didn't think she would ever leave this place. So if she left, and she's... I mean, if she left, maybe you should leave too.
He's on there.
Oh, he's with it.
Oh, right!
You're whispering in the wind.
You guys did.
I mean,
Just go back to the face because you're
No,
Jolly's
there's a
usually.
window right here.
red.
Yeah, you can't.
I could whisper too. I could whisper it through. I could
No.
message you.
I don't
Okay,
trust your
you don't want to trust me.
magic.
You don't trust my magic? It's pretty harsh.
Nobody witnessed him turning to
Okay.
that was entirely.
That was just
to
my
yourself.
own self-doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me phrase that again. I never expected her to leave. She's been way longer than me. So the fact that she left, that's quite concerning.
It's a bit sad, yeah.
Yeah, you friends.
I'm sorry your associate's gone, but if someone's going down here and she's too afraid to handle it, you need to stay to cover her downfall. Because if something's going on that might cause maybe the breakage of the dome, might cause a power struggle to happen here, a lot of people might die. And
I'm not leaving.
I'm just making sure, just from the fact your friend's leaving, I don't know, just making sure you don't want to stay because someone's going down. I'm not sure what, but if you can help us, even if your associate's left, I think that'd be great.
Worst case scenario, I die. So,
It's okay.
shall we go to our next location?
Well, you didn't take care about the concept of dying. Okay, cool, no worries. We got what we think we need from here, so I think we should maybe
Pick
travel
him up.
across. Actually, no. Let's have lunch. We'll get to him soon. We enjoy the rest of our lunch then.
I
we
order a sandwich.
Sure. Yeah.
We grab a spare thing for him.
And there's the sort of other waiting staff that are like kind of bringing you things from and that sort of thing.
Can
That's
you-
another
can
few.
you-
That's another few silver. I would say.
Can you take
maybe
a
3
baguette
silver?
out to the bush outside, please? That would be great. Thank you.
Well, what are you
Just
taking?
a baguette, leave it outside in front of the bush.
Like a cat.
Just we'll pay for it. Just if you leave it out there, just trust me.
Oh, I imagine him having like a cat puppet.
So confused right now.
Talking to the waiting.
I'm talking to the waiting staff. Sorry, not you. I'm not talking to you. To go with the baguette outside.
Like, what you being a cat?
Oh dear.
I'm talking to the waiter to go put a baguette outside for her friend without saying it's for her friend. That's what I'm doing. Yeah.
The orc runs up to you like, you'll never believe what someone just asked me to do.
Okay, they look at you a little bit puzzled, and maybe like that's not something that we really kind of do.
Yeah, fine. That's a deception check.
Or actually, no, they're gonna be like,
Can I give them a
for a couple of piece.
for
I'll
a
do
couple
it.
piece? Yeah, of course. I'm not paying for this meal anyway, so yes, definitely.
Okay, then they'll.
But his
They're gonna hold their hand out before they go. Is somebody giving them a couple of piece?
Oh, I don't find it. I'm so blind.
I take a copper piece in the expectation of getting paid back.
Okay,
In their hands.
and they'll be like, okay, right, I'll go leave this outside.
Go.
And I just see something coming outside.
Yeah, I guess.
Like, put on the plate.
I'm-
and
I'm-
so confused. Is this a sign?
I'll send you a message.
You're quite
Lunch is on Leo.
green.
Lunch is on Leo.
Yeah, you suddenly got this voice of Zion in your head. Although to be honest, yeah, no, he's been sort of directing you through the crowds and things. So okay, you're gonna use that.
Lunch is on
It's
Leo.
the lunch is on Leo.
Yeah.
So you could, you're guessing that this sandwich is from these guys.
I promised you a sandwich, so.
True. That's the only thing that I got from this entire thing. So, so I'm gonna check the roads first. Like, if someone is there, that it's safe for me to.
Yeah, there's totally nothing suspicious. I think you're totally fine.
Then I'm gonna go there with supreme sneak. Pick up the sandwich. And I'm gonna go with supreme sneak. Around the corner. You'll be like.
Oh, the image of you just going to get this.
Actually, check the sandwich if anything is inside. Like it is some form of message or like fine, whatever.
Beautiful. So okay, so you guys are enjoying your lunch. I guess you don't need to take a short rest because you've not really used it.
Yeah, sure.
I would
Yeah.
just eat 5-10 minutes.
They're
then
so
that's-
well
yeah,
rested.
Yeah, that's fine. So I guess this is maybe like half an hour later when
Yeah.
you sort of are finished Are you leaving? Are you making your way to where are you going next?
I think we're going across. Maybe we're hailing
Yeah,
a
we're
cab
crossing the
or
bridge.
a taxi, something like that to get across the
Tour
way.
bus, right?
Tour bus. That's it. Yeah, we're tourists.
Yeah,
Just
actually,
yet
I would
one
say
sentence.
that there is. Sorry, I'm just kind of
Yeah.
making this up.
A tram?
But yeah, yeah, I think there is a tram that just goes back and
Yeah.
forth across the
Let's
bridge.
take the tram.
Like we all take the
Public
tram,
transport.
You all take the tram.
Okay, we take
and I think yous are probably best to
You
lead
need to
us
take
into
the
this.
tram.
Yous
Yeah, you do need.
Yous
to
are
take the
best to take care of that. I think. So.
Wait,
I guess
what's
you
the-
also need to pay for the
Yeah, we
train.
paid for. Wait. I paid for lunch.
Yeah.
Oh, we
You
never
paid
took-
for lunch.
Yeah, remember,
I did.
Oh.
did we take
Oh,
lunch?
yeah.
And for the sandwich.
And for the sandwich.
So,
Yeah,
Yeah.
all the money's been coming off has been coming off. I have like 10 gold pieces
Good.
left, and that's it.
Yeah, I'm gonna say you must be like.
no,
pretty-
I'm taking up off the top.
I
Yeah,
think
lunch was a deal.
Lunch will be
just
like
clarify.
Yeah.
silver,
the
right?
train was maybe just a couple coppers. The tram is also just like a couple coppers as well. It's
Oh,
really
yeah.
not expensive. Like.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know anything. Sorry.
Maybe like put down like as we get on the tram, I'll go to pay and I'll just give a gold coin and not really think much of it. Just sit down, like to the conductor for everyone.
Well, it's actually just like a kind of automated system.
Oh.
So there's you
I-
see this like
Just try and jam in the
Yeah.
gold.
yeah. There's not like space for a gold.
The number 10 comes up. 10 free passengers. That's it. Yeah.
Cool.
Wait, if it's just automated, then how does it know if you've not paid?
It knows.
There's a conductor that comes and like checks your ticket, but you like so this is quite common in German transport system to be honest. You like pay for your ticket at the machine and you have your ticket, you stamp your ticket, and, like maybe somebody comes and checks if it's so.
Can I climb the tram and lie like on top of the roof, so that you can't see from outside? Because I work on this thing.
That's great. You don't want to be in the crowd. You're just like, okay, I'm gonna be able to.
I love.
Can't see it.
That's great.
I love that you're lying like a vampire as well.
Yeah, just like this.
Like a coffin.
Witnessing him
Like
doing
a
this,
coffin.
I would probably turn to Elvin and go, "How has he survived this long?"
By doing exactly what I'm doing right now.
You want to hear this?
Okay. You see, like, I mean,
How is this tram powered?
That's maybe the more
Because
better
I've seen trams powered from below, but I've also seen trams powered from above.
So I think you can get on top of it fine. Maybe when it's moving and the electricity or whatever.
It's a steam tram.
We should consider that.
No, it's
before
not a steam
we make
tram.
The DM is consideration.
Yeah, I think this probably is a traditional tram where it's
No,
those
it's
two
magnetically powered from beneath.
wires.
There's no wires
Was this what kind
above the
What
bridge.
is this?
Could be,
Yeah.
quite easily.
Like you said,
Well,
wires.
that's
I
the
like
massive
wires.
eyesore. Are you serious? You don't put tram lines above a bridge.
Is this what you're saying to us as you're in the car? This is a massive eyesore.
Yeah.
Imagine
You cross the
This
sign
is terrible.
that the train line, the tram lines are above the bridge. Then we will be having this discussion in the tram. I
You're-
guarantee you that.
You even let the conductor hear you, like, you're just so angry.
We also don't know where is the tram on top of the bridge or is the tram like a
That
cat
is a
that runs
great
underneath the
question.
bridge?
Can I stop the entire conversation right there? Because I make a roll of 5. So I'm guessing I'm just falling back on.
Gets allergic shock. Ah! Like, oh. You
So,
just-
I'm
probably
going.
he tried to climb it.
Oh.
Realized that there was wiring and fell down again.
Okay, yeah. It is the tram is on top. There is 2 wires going across, and a connection from the top of this from each car basically of the tram. There's 3 cars in total that are connecting to these 2 wires, and that's how it's powered.
And
You,
now-
I fall off before I even get to
yeah.
Is it like the scene from Jurassic Park where like they're at the top and they go woof?
Now he's lying on the ground like this.
No, I think you found that the top is actually just you can't even get purchase on that route. So you kind of jump up to kind of grasp this and then just don't even get purchase. was there, and everyone's just seen you kind of jump up, touch the roof, and like come back down again. So
And then I tried to sneak into the crowd so no one can tell who was the idiot who tried to jump up.
yeah, roll another stealth check then.
I think somebody
know.
can tell.
To answer your question, how he
Can
survived,
you tell me?
I don't know. I met him down here, but I chose the yellow
Mine.
dress.
Okay, yeah,
so
you can
the
manage to
attention
blend
would be
it.
one.
At least that.
Yeah, people who might have noticed. People who might have noticed that kind of jump are kind of not noticing you anymore. You can just blend in. They're just like, oh, that's the weird guy. Because you that 19. Did you have a question there?
Yeah, I was gonna say, can you explain to me at what time the tram became part of the bridge? Like, how recent of an addition is this tram?
Like
within
30, 40 years.
the tram specifically, or the bridge and the tram?
No, the bridge has been there for a long time.
Right.
Yeah. Like 70, 80 years.
Okay.
The bridge has been there.
This is way too much fun.
Can someone look up how long Ratchet could live?
Interesting.
What do you think you built this?
No.
I'm just putting
No.
this. I'm just putting this out here. You know, DMs can just kill you when they want. You wouldn't question too much.
I'm getting inspiration for my character.
Oh, it's nice.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I thought you were questioning there. Sorry.
Are you Googling?
Ooh.
Red person each?
What? Oh no,
And
no,
did you know
sorry,
which one
no.
it is?
Perfect.
Oh wow. Okay, what?
This fucking eyesore piece of shit. I can't believe they got the planning permission for this nonsense. It's hideous. I remember in my day, it used to be such a beautiful bridge, but now it's this hideous eyesore. What's the point? The cars go faster anyway. It's like what literally they could have done it under. They could have done it with magnets. There's no reason for there to be two hideous wires above a beautiful bridge with a stupid rickety tram fucking slowly crossing. Like what were they thinking? Who signed off on this?
Franklin, people are looking at us.
There, old man.
Okay, I think
Nice.
that's
That was
Nice,
beautiful. That was
beautiful. So how old
Okay.
is Franklin?
I
asked him.
a little over 200 years.
Nice.
No, wait. Like one time.
Oh, nice.
You all managed to cross the bridge in the tram, get off at the Skyport sort of station, and you're sort of looking up at the Skyport. Perhaps some of you would have taken one of these Zeppelins or skyships before. Although I don't know, it's more of a sort of touristy thing. It doesn't really go to any sort of destination. It's just to sort of look around the city and then come back.
Maybe as a kid.
Maybe as a kid, yeah, absolutely.
I did about 2 weeks ago.
Okay,
I love the
yeah.
magic.
You just love
I'm
it,
so
like-
excited by
Great.
the powers.
Yeah, no.
That's where I got that fact about the middle of it, the square, the statue. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Hydrogen flow.
Yeah, quite possibly. Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
So, as you behold this enormous area filled with these sort of zeppelins coming into their sort of bays, if you will, and then behind that is this.
I light a match.
Good. Like Matt, a tiny little flame in front of you, next to this huge shadow. There are signs on the gate that say "No naked flames."
No smoking.
No smoking. And there's a huge sort of entryway where you can arrive, and then there is a sort of booth where you kind of go in, and there's a sort of desk where somebody will sort of give you tickets if you want to sort of take a ride in one of these blimps and zeppelins or one of the other contraptions here. But yeah, behind that you can see the kind of outline of this huge sort of metal structure, which is the hangar, where fairly certain there will be. That's where they kind of do the repairs, and the workshop might be of radar and roller.
Can I, as soon as we kind of get close, I'm looking everywhere, like I'm scanning for Minden.
Okay. Yeah.
He's an assistant. Did he tell me any more about his role other than I know he was a Skyport assistant, but was there any more clarity than that? Or
He said he was the assistant to the manager of Skyport, so
Okay.
you assume that might be quite a high up
It was a PA, I
position.
think, yeah.
Maybe the
yeah,
manager
yeah.
is this guy who we're looking for.
So you see that there's quite a queue out from this building where you can buy your tickets, but there's also another building that looks more as sort of administrative building. So it's more like where the sort of offices would be of the running of the things. So that you might think that might be where Minden would be if he was here in this moment.
So from what I remember of the gentleman that I met the other day, he was an assistant, possibly to the manager here within the Skyport. So he might be a good way in. Now, I can just disguise myself as Minden, which would be one option, but however, if he is already in the building, that could be problematic. However, there is an alternative option. He did meet a fine seahorse lady the other day, and he did tell me he was here, so it's possible I could go in disguised as Matilda, request to speak with Minden, we kill Minden, and then I will go in as Minden to see what's going on.
That sounds like a perfect plan.
Yeah, I like that.
In this moment, you see striding through behind, like towards the offices, is this other native Aquarian who had this sort of lionfish appearance with these grand sort of spikes protruding from the back of his sort of head. He's got this sort of jaunty sort of pilot's cap positioned on his head, and Minden trailing after him, writing something down and taking notes directly behind him, and you can't quite make out what the words that they're saying, but you can tell that this lionfish figure is striding with confidence and is dictating something to Minden as Minden sort of paying attention and scribbling.
Can I get in the middle of them and attempt to stealthily turn into Matilda, but like huddled in the middle of their group?
So they're not really in a group, it's just the two
No,
of them.
like us, this group.
Oh,
we
this
here.
group here.
I'm using them as cover to turn into Matilda. if
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
possible,
100%.
like, to-
Yeah, you can do that, yeah.
My dress takes all the attention.
Yeah.
Just go with me on this. And I'm gonna power over, like shouting across the floor. Minden! Minden! It's so good to see you!
He looks entirely like put off, but what? Ah, yes. And then the other guy turns around the lionfish figure and says, "Minden, who might this be that's disturbing us in our working hours?"
And I'm gonna rush over towards them. Is he saying anything else before I get there? Like, I'm kind of hurriedly over. Minden!
No, he's totally like he's just like frozen basically. He's like, I'm sorry.
It's such a coincidence. I can't believe I've just seen you here
Yes,
after our magical moment yesterday.
Yes, I mean, yes. After a magical moment,
I can't stop thinking about you, Minden.
oh, that's lovely. I am at my place of work. I need to sort of be working right now. Is there something I can help you with?
I thought you might be excited to see me. Are you not, Minden?
Yes, well, I am Minden, yes. And, sorry, I seem to have forgotten your name. I'm sorry, that day I was very put out. I couldn't get to my appointment because my ID was missing, and I still haven't found it actually.
I'm Matilda.
Matilda, yes, that's it. You bought me a lovely coffee. Yes, indeed.
Could I possibly buy you another coffee?
At this point, the lionfish figure is like, Minden, we need to be at our appointment. Let's go, please. And oh yes, sir. Yes, of course, sir. Perhaps, Matilda, perhaps.
When do you finish, Mint?
That's right. About maybe at 6 o'clock, 6 p.m. Meet me at the gates if you like.
I'll be there.
Right. All right. Thank you, Matilda. And they sort of keep striding along.
I'll let them keep on going. 'Cause
Okay.
It's too public to do too much more.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to see. I'd like to try to see if I can jump in on that. Like, I'm gonna jump up. I'm gonna speak to the boss. I'm just gonna quickly say, excuse me. Just want to jump in quickly. Manager, I don't really know your name here, but there seems to be some level of young love going on here. I wonder if potentially I could step in and take over young Minden's responsibilities for maybe, let's say, the next half hour, and I would even happily pay to do so. Who wants to stand in the way of young love? Of course, I'm quite a capable scribe and personal assistant. I've done so for many years in various other places. I may be able to step in and help if possible. Deception check. Persuasion check.
Persuasion with disadvantage.
Okay. So first one is a 6 plus 9, so that's 15. It's a cop, sorry. 17 plus 9, so 15 is what I get there.
15.
So we're going to add on to this here.
Interesting.
I think that's all I've got. Anyone want to try assist in any way, shape, or form? No,
You are a complete stranger, sir. Minden knows my schedule back to front. I think it would be unwise to let any old person just
Wait.
waltz in and do my assistant's job for me. Minden has his working hours and he will be my assistant on these working hours. Now, if you want to take a ride in one of our fabulous flying machines, please join the queue. I have somewhere to be.
Stop.
Okay.
As a reaction to Jonny going up to this guy,
Okay.
I know it's a bit late, but can I have seen this? And like tightened my monocle
Yeah.
and like spun it really fast.
Mm-hmm.
And then it creates a little spark, and the spark flips from my eyes into a piece of metal on Jonny person.
Okay.
And I've used Flash of Genius.
Okay.
Okay.
So he gets plus 5.
Plus 5.
So that's 20.
So 20.
Yeah, not natural, but 20.
Okay, so he does say all that you just said, but then he kind of he just sort of softens and sees the way that Matilda is
I'm just making little.
is looking
It's the worst man.
is looking so disappointed at Minden not being able to spend some time with her after she spent all this time getting there, all this effort, and he sort of softens and is like, well, I suppose Minden could take his break at this point in time. And he looks at Minden and Minden's like, I mean, he doesn't really want to, but he's gonna just be like, look at Matilda, like back at his boss and be like, yes, I'll take my lunch break then. And then just look at Matilda.
I'll just grab his hand.
Yeah. He absolutely just goes with you, yeah. 100%.
I'll follow after, I suppose.
What's your name, sir?
My name is Zion.
And where do you work and what do you do?
I've worked in various places. I've worked partially in Hemfree being a PA for one of the priests there. I worked out with the city, being a PA for the mayor of Swiftstone Village, which was where I worked for a number of months before I came down here to the.
Deception?
Wait one second, make sure I rolled the right thing here. Yes, 22 deception check.
Yeah, absolutely. He totally believes you.
Yeah.
Right.
So.
Well, find yourself pen and paper and take notes. And he just
Already got one, sir. Already got one.
Oh,
and I'm going to start.
yeah.
Mr. What? Sorry, just to clarify.
My name is Percival Oswald Williamson,
Percival Oswald.
manager of the Skyport, the pride of Atlantia.
Percival Oswald what?
Williamson.
Well, Percival Oswald Williamson, it'll be a pleasure working with you for this.
Please call me Percy.
Of course, Percy.
And he just kind of claps you on the back a little bit too hard.
Has this conversation lasted more than a minute?
Oh, yeah, I would say, yeah. Because after like all the like references you were describing, I think maybe you were kind of drawing that one a little bit. Yeah, for sure.
I guess I'll lead Minden out and try and find somewhere to just sit with him for a coffee.
I'm off to work. There we go.
Yeah,
I'm actually going to talk to you guys. So the plan is still up because
What did just happen? I'm stupid.
I think if he wants to do then he will do it himself.
pretty sure he could. Yeah. But what do we do now? What do you do?
We are searching for the guy who builds the thingies, right?
Yeah.
He's here, right?
Yeah, brilliant. Yeah, you've buggered off with Minden, you buggered off with Percy, like you just kind of left these four. This is gonna be like, what?
Well,
Improvise.
yeah, it sort of feels like those guys make good decisions sometimes.
Was that a compliment about me? Sort of.
You sneezed.
I guess
My
we
ears are
should-
burning.
I guess we should go look for this Raynard guy, or would it be better to? We could get. How long was it since we ate? We ate across the.
Yeah, it was like
We
30
could eat.
minutes.
We could eat and just wait for those.
It's been,
I
it's
could
been
eat. I
like,
could eat again.
it's been like 10, 15 minutes since you
What
left.
happened with
Look,
the
it was.
I don't get
It was
it.
a small sandwich, okay? Like.
I don't get what happened with the seahorses, but we're looking for the guy, right?
We will have to look around the.
With
You
the
could-
buildings.
so- Yeah, I mean the hangar is not open to the public, so there is like a kind of fence. It's fenced off, and there's a kind of door through this high sort of fence. It's not got like barbed wire or anything. It's not super protected.
Is it locked?
Yeah, it is locked.
Okay.
It's a locked kind of gate to get through this fence.
I have thieves' tools and I have like double proficiency. So like I have double bonuses.
Yeah, we're sneaking in there. Come on.
Yeah, you're gonna go
Can I-
and like
can I
make
try
this lock.
opening
Is it like in a public area?
No, the actual like door is kind of round the side. So there's like this building where you buy the tickets. There's this kind of administrative building that's a lot sort of bigger, 2 stories, and then kind of the fence is there, and kind of around the side of the fence is where the door to get in to where the hangar is.
Thinking about seahorses.
So while they're doing this, can I lead Minden away? I'm
Yeah.
kind of presuming I'm just sort of pulling him by the hand and not really giving him too much choice where he's going.
Yeah, no, he's just gonna follow you. He's
So
a little bit bewildered.
as I go out, I'm trying to look for like an alleyway or something. Like I'm flirting as if I'm trying to lead him there to make out, but
Right.
I'm pulling him with me towards somewhere that's a little bit more secluded.
Yeah, okay. Maybe persuasion if you were leading. Yeah.
Do I do a sleight of hand?
Yeah. Is that sleight of hand to
Can I?
or thieves
Can I-
tools?
Can I give him like help because I'm,
Yeah. So yeah, roll
Or
with
is
advantage.
your dex is probably better than mine?
I don't.
That was a 19 on
How much
persuasion.
dex do you have?
Not.
Okay.
We stand in front of them so nobody sees them.
Yeah. Like
So-
tourists.
Yeah.
So sleight of hand it is.
Yeah, roll with advantage, and yeah, 19 on that persuasion. Yeah, 100%. He's absolutely just following you into
That's
this
what I
into this
wanted to
secluded
go.
alleyway.
As we get there, I'm like,
It's like that.
it's so good to be alone with you.
Yes.
And then I'm going to crack him in the forehead and try and knock him unconscious. I'm imagining he's a commoner and might not be. Not good.
Yeah, no.
I'm not trying to kill him, I am just trying to knock him unconscious.
You're trying to knock him off. That's
I'm really deliberately. I can also. I'll spend a key to stunning strike if that's useful.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna make you roll for that. He's got 0 fighting capabilities. I think you absolutely will be able to just 100% just calculate exactly how much force you need to just kind of knock him out. So yeah, he's stunned out.
And I would then tie him up. Gag him.
Yeah.
Hide him in a corner, especially in a box. Very bad for Minden, but.
Sure. Yeah, that's fine.
Stolen ID.
And what did you roll on that sleight of hand to get to pick the lock?
30 with the advantage he gave.
30?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, you're through this door. Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
You've even made it look like this was never even touched, basically.
As we close
Expert.
it behind us, I'm gonna cast Alarm on it.
Ooh.
Alarm.
Okay.
So
So does that let you know if something else has passed through this gate?
yeah, for 8 hours until the spell ends, an alarm alerts you whenever a tiny or larger creature touches or enters the wooded area. So like around the door.
Great. Yeah. Cool. Amazing.
Can I change my appearance so that now I look like I belong in this area, but wear a very silly hat?
Yeah. I feel like you might have seen one of the staff members, and you can kind of copy the
With
kind
a
of
very ugly
uniform
hat.
that they've been wearing. Yeah, with the hat. Yeah,
With the
then
hat.
you have
With a
you
long
wearing
feather.
the hat, unfortunately.
Yes.
So I'm then going to come back into the space,
Oh no!
looking for as Minden, looking for them, and very confused.
Yeah.
You notice the hats.
No, I don't think
No,
you've
no,
gone by the door.
no,
they've-
I just start standing as Minden looking.
They've gone. Yeah, they've gone out in this secure area. To be honest.
So
Yeah.
guys, we're looking for a workshop, right?
We are looking for the guys. Like
So-
Raymond Wonder.
What do
You're with Percy.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm saying this is on the plan then, sorry.
Well, yeah, I know, but I'm thinking you're with Percy in the office.
Yes, Percival, yes.
Are you just kind of like
What, just taking
his
orders,
orders,
working
you're
with
just
them?
working with them?
Maybe someone can just do in the background, let them have their moment.
Are you wanting to sort of probe about
provide
this
a little
time?
bit of information, more so just like asking some more questions as he's giving me some information. Just a background deception check or something, or in persuasion or whatever you're looking for. You don't need to role play anything with them. So if it happens, it happens. Doesn't. No worries.
So if you mention, are you mentioning Reynard specifically?
No, I may just ask like other people that work here. Like, are you the manager of the entire skateport? Is there anyone else you work with? Just want to maybe just more in casual conversations if I'm telling a little bit about my life as well at the same time. So
Yeah.
once he's finished with his notes, nothing major or intrusive. Just want to be background thing. If nothing happens of it, I'll never push too hard. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So he kind of.
So the deception or persuasion is 23, whatever that would be. So 16 plus 3.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
But I don't need to get much because I'm not probing particularly. So
Yeah.
like if he doesn't give me any answers, he doesn't give me any answers. It's fine.
Yeah.
So
He's just kind of.
this is more cover for them. I'm not one to get much information. So if I
Yeah.
get some cool.
So you get the feeling from this guy that he doesn't quite know everyone by name. He kind of gets some people's names wrong, and like he's very interested in the kind of flying machines, and he's just like basically a nerd for these flying machines. Like he knows all the technical details. He's like comparing the models. He's like comparing the speeds. Oh, this one is kind of is this model is slightly faster in the 0 to 60, but then if there's a gust of wind, then it kind of that sort of thing. And
I suppose the only question that would really go in my mind then, because I'd probably geek out about these things as well,
right,
is more the notion of like the earthquakes that happened. What does that mean for his ships? What does that mean for maybe the dome itself? I actually may have got lost track because I'm not trying to do anything. This is their job. I'm actually maybe trying to find information out for myself, just to know more about the city.
And
so, just a background thing.
Yeah, you get the impression that Percy just thinks it was a totally freak thing, and it's not. Like, he's just completely ignoring it. He's just like, well, that was something that happened. It's never going to happen again in another 100 years. He's not bothered about it.
I think the rest of the time I'm just learning more about balloons. Just enjoy it.
Yeah, genuinely, he's just giving you balloon facts. Like,
anyone that makes the dome, I'm happy. But apart from that, I'm not bothered.
He doesn't know much about the dome. He doesn't know much about the temple. He's just focused on his sort of business, really.
Yeah.
But you are kind of preoccupied with the he's not really letting you out of his sight at this moment in time.
Oh yeah, no, I'm letting them do their stuff. Don't worry. So.
Yeah. So as Minden, you're kind of in this sort of area. There's the place where you buy the tickets. There's the administrative split. There's the docks where the flying machines are going from, and then there's the fence, and then there's the hangar behind it.
Can I just search about to begin with, just trying to work out where they are? I'm trying to look around the hangar. The first thing I'm trying to do is just work out where they are. I'm looking around. I might not find anything, but that's what I'm going to do to begin with, I guess.
Investigation?
That was a natural 20. For 32.
I don't know how to.
Well, they aren't here, so I don't know. There's not really other than knowing they're not here. Other than knowing they're definitely not here, I don't.
He gets the stench of a rat folk and follows it to a door. That's it. Yay.
It's just not funny. It's helpful.
I know.
Okay, I'm gonna put it like this. Your intuition tells you that, just logically, what would the four of them have done? The goal was to get into the hangar. So what would they have done in that situation where you have split up from the party? Of course, they've got incredible locksmiths with them. You kind of deduce in the exact right order of steps of their train of thought. You've been with them, you know their sort of skills. You're like, okay, we wanted to find Reynard. He was the mechanic in the hangar. They're trying to get into the hangar, of course. So you deduce that, and you go through. You find this door.
So and I clocked that Zion was heading towards the administrative building with Percival.
Yeah, I think so, because you were kind of witness to that sort of interaction.
I think then what I would probably try and do is I would head towards the hangar, but I'm not necessarily. I think I'm more just trying to go there as backup than anything else. If I've concluded they've gone that way to go through, I'm not necessarily trying to find them, but I'm trying to go in and just be ready for things not to work out in case, if that makes sense. I don't have confidence. I have confidence in their ability to get through the door. I don't necessarily have confidence in how well it goes beyond that. So I'm trying to get close in case things go awry. But otherwise, I'm not trying to interfere.
Why would he?
Does your alarm go off because he opens the door?
Are you going through the door?
Yeah, as
You are.
Minden with Minden's badge.
Yeah, 100%. You're.
As soon as my alarm goes off, I'm gonna roll initiative. 100%. I'm pointing my gun straight at the door.
And you see Minden come through the door.
Minden.
Are you guys just the other side of the door?
Are you just wait? No, because no, you look
We
like
did one
walked
thing
on a
on
little
the
bit. You're I don't think you're right there. You've been a little bit tight.
You hear a shout of Minden in the distance.
It's also like a door in a fence, so it's like this kind of wire fence that you could see through. It's not like a opaque sort of door.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Sorry.
And
So my alarm goes off. But I guess wherever we've got to, like how.
You're still outside the hangar, I think, but you're kind of just sussing out the sort of area.
Right. Well, as soon as the alarm goes off, I like sort of whisper to the guy, or like, "Psst," like someone at the door.
Kill?
Maybe
Right, it doesn't tell you if it's like a friend or a foe or anything, yeah.
Everyone, let's go investigate.
So I think for me, what I would,
Sure.
to clarify, what I'd probably do is once if I've gotten through the gate without issue using Minden's battles,
Yeah.
I would then try and like find some high ground to sort of just get an overlook, but like I'm trying to kind of just sneak away and then hide where I can just get a little bit of a watch. So I'm not just trying to get a kind of, I don't know, like if I have something I can kind of run up
Okay.
the side of and like clamber onto the top and just get.
Yeah, this hangar is enormous. Like, how far can you run up a wall?
infinitely.
I think I can just keep on running. Like,
You
I,
can just keep on
I
running.
don't have a yeah.
Okay, so it's
I
like
can move
As
on.
long
I
as
can
it's-
move on walls as if
Yeah.
they're the ground.
As long as
Like,
it's
just-
within a turn, basically.
No, because like he only falls in like 10 feet a turn or something like that. Because of his.
And I use my dash.
Yeah.
going.
Okay,
So-
good.
Is that
Yeah.
He was not running up the wall.
yeah, I guess so. That's true. So this thing is like this kind of aluminium or tin or whatever sides, and this big sort of half circle roof. So it's not like a flat roof; it's like this kind of half circle type thing. So I guess you're kind of running on the side, and you're on the edge of this.
Stealthily, just trying to get like a.
Or are you going right up to the?
Not to the top. I just want to get a bit of height so I can get an overview of the situation and to sort of disappear into the shadow of it. Like that's really all I'm trying to do.
Yeah, like there's not much shadow of it to like. It's kind of corrugated, but like shallowly.
So to clarify, all I'm really trying to do is I'm just trying to get into a position where I can see stuff and I can kind of blend into the background, but I'm presuming that they've at least had some level of success, so I'm kind of trying to lead them to it without muddling things up.
Yeah, I think if you get to the high ground, you could see where they are, which is maybe like hiding behind like some crates or something that have been stacked up.
Did you leave the door open, or did you close it?
Don't necessarily think I closed it. No.
Okay. So yeah, I think you maybe running up the thing, you'll be able to see where they are, so you'll be able to kind of clock them. They've not entered the hangar.
And I would just leave them to it. I'm just watching.
Okay. So what's your guys' plan right now?
Well, apparently we're going back and looking for whatever came through the door.
We don't.
I'm telling you,
He told us, so
guys,
do we see him?
there's someone at the door.
Okay.
Okay.
No, I don't think you see him unless he reveals
We
himself.
go deal with it now.
Better than it's and we're back.
Yeah.
Right.
I can set another alarm
Yeah, let's go back.
after we kill this guy.
Get in position. And then I'm gonna sneak into shadow, like trying to hide somewhere.
Okay.
I reach into my coat and I put the colander with the metal pipes
Figure it
and
out.
the balls on the end. And my whisk is at the ready. As we're sort of slowly walking towards the door.
Great. At this point, you actually see 4 sort of workers. They maybe look like they're kind of engineers. Come out of the hangar door and look very puzzled and are kind of muttering to each other. In fact, maybe roll a kind of group stealth check here at this point.
No, I'm blasting them. As soon as I see them, I'm blasting them.
You're blasting them.
Yeah.
With what?
With my whisk.
Right, but they're not coming from the door. They're coming from the hangar door.
From the other
It don't-
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. I'm on edge, man.
You're on edge.
I'm tweaking out.
Can somebody stop him? Possibly.
No.
You can definitely try to stop him.
It's too
killing
late.
people.
It's too late.
Roll to hit.
It's a deck save 17.
You
Oh my
just
word. Fails.
On all of them.
Wait, what did you do?
In fact, yeah, no, they failed. Yeah.
All of them.
Yeah.
All 4 of them.
Yeah.
Oh god.
What was it? It was noisy.
Yeah, I think that's.
What happened?
Oh my god.
Describe what happened.
How much damage is that?
With my wit.
They're just like, they're just commoners.
With my wit, you know.
You just murder people.
The electricity is sparking between all the metal spaces. At the last minute, I throw the whisk out and the lightning just shocks through all of them for 35 damage.
If you were to overhear what they were about to say, that might have given you some information. You see these lightning bolts just streak from his whisk, like go straight through these innocent bystanders, and they just crumple. The wounds not bleeding because they've been cauterized immediately by this by the heat of the lightning, and they're all crumpled to the ground, dead.
So,
Franklin, what the fuck was that?
That was kind of noisy, you know that, right?
Noisy? That's
Yeah, I'm not caring, man.
Also, anything flammable in the 100-foot line that I created with my lightning is on fire.
Just roll a straight d20, like no skill check here, just basically luck.
Are we gonna die?
Oh no.
That's an 18. I
Okay,
don't know if that's good or bad.
we're gonna say that's good.
Okay, but
Yeah, no, if you rolled low, I would have said that you hit something that explodes, but no, no, you're good. But that was like a weird, random lightning strike that just, perhaps caught some people's attention.
how much?
Really?
How much noise does lightning strike do? Does that get everyone in the area to see? That makes a lot of noise.
I think we should
Cliff on that
hide.
Yeah,
I mean, that's like people.
I mean, technically,
Here.
lightning doesn't have sound.
But yeah, what's this?
Is it just lightning, or does
A
it?
stroke of lightning forming a line.
lightning.
Lightning is different from hot
It's
thunder.
big.
Lightning is different from
Yeah,
thunder.
It doesn't say
100%.
Okay.
Entirely your call. how to
Yeah.
interpret
Okay.
it.
Okay. Yeah. It's not
I do imagine that there is like a crackle,
Yeah,
but
correct.
it's not. It's
They maybe not like a booming thunder. Yeah, alright.
Got it.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Just gonna wait for a moment.
Can I make a check to see if there's any spot we can hide in, which is really
Yeah, you fucked up.
Yeah.
What are we?
Wait, can I go investigate the bodies?
Okay, you're going to investigate bodies. Are you like
We're
hiding?
looking for a hiding spot.
I'm searching for a hiding spot to hide all of us. Like,
Can we hide the bodies? How about
Yeah, stealth. Stealth.
So.
I try to listen if people are coming towards us.
Yeah, and I'm also looking from the roof.
Happen.
If you, I'm too far away to be heard, but if you could hear me, you would go, holy shit.
23 rows. Is there a space?
Yeah, there's like boxes and things and crates of stuff just like lying around, so you can definitely try to get in between them. It's not like a perfect hiding spot, but you can definitely kind of avoid being seen.
Well, if we want to not be seen right now, we can go over there and hide a little.
So the hangar, is there like there are blimps coming in, right? That it goes down. Right?
How much stuff is on fire right now?
No, it's not 18 that luck check that you roll. I don't think anything's on fire. I think you're good. I think you just killed these 4 dudes.
Right.
Can we just toss the bodies?
Is anyone coming?
Yeah.
No, like it's
What
not
do I-
quite at the edge of the cliff. There's not like an edge you can throw
I
these
want to-
bodies off.
I want to
unfortunately.
listen if people are coming, or to what.
Yeah, and I'm also watching from above to see if anyone is.
Yeah.
What
This-
do I?
No. There's nobody sort of around right
Okay.
now, but you have a feeling that people might be arriving at some point in
Yeah,
the near future.
I want to look if there's people arriving. What do I roll?
Perception. I would say. And I
How do I hide bodies?
Dirty 20.
Okay, cool. There's nobody in this immediate moment. You can do something quickly, but you have a feeling that somebody might be around fairly quickly.
Okay, even if we hide the bodies, that's fine. Yeah. But let's hide the bodies anyway. Okay, the two of us
Yeah.
hide the bodies. We're strong. We can do that.
Yeah, just where? Like, we can cancel them down. I know something.
Yeah, but there were some boxes, right?
Yeah, there's boxes.
There's
Can
boxes.
I-
Can I just say
I stuffed
before
them
we do
into
that,
some boxes.
my investigation on the bodies was a 27.
Right. I mean, they've got like tools. They've got like spanners and screwdrivers and stuff. They've got like the uniform from the skyboard.
Yeah.
I still stuffed them into the boxes.
It's this kind of. It's this kind of blue, and they've got a kind of. It's a kind of
Are their clothes,
wings that they
clothes
got.
on fire?
Are their clothes on fire?
Can we take?
Yeah, they're sort of just burning embers, but like a big flame. Singed.
Do you want to take the clothes?
Yeah. I'm sorry, guys. I think I messed up.
Oh, really?
Let's talk about that later.
I think they're dead. You're just a little annoyed.
I'm taking bodies.
Okay,
then you crazy.
Yeah, that's fine. You've been able to move these bodies behind some of these crates and things. And
Are there
you
five?
feel like you might
Are there five?
on the cusp of being discovered. What you can you can either
Almost.
I run back to the door and close it again and put another alarm on it. I'm like, I don't think those are the guys that came in.
Oh,
But it's just in case someone else comes in. Yeah, we can probably deal with one, but I don't know.
So are we hiding with the dead bodies?
No.
yeah. What? No? I don't know.
I mean,
from the roof, from your vantage point on the roof, you can see that there's another group of three guys kind of hurrying because they've like kind of heard this crackle and spark and something. So they're kind of coming around the corner. So yeah.
What the heck is happening?
Like there's this kind of corner, they're coming up this way, the guys are on this side. They're
How far a drop is it from where I am on the roof?
40 feet.
So I'm gonna launch myself off the roof.
Yeah.
I can negate 45 points of fall damage
That's right, okay.
with slow fall. So I'll slow
Nice.
fall my way down.
Yeah.
I'm gonna land at a corner.
Great.
Don't know if these guys see me or not. Do that. But I'm gonna disguise myself as Percival
Ooh.
to intercept the people that are about to come around the corner. If I can try and do that.
Perfect.
Ooh.
Yeah, no.
Finally, someone.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah. You can
Imagine first of all, I've seen Windmill
Did,
jumping off the
no, did they see me? I'm not trying to be stealthy to them. I'm just trying to intercept really.
Wow, Percival can run on walls.
Yeah, these guys were like hiding behind crates and stuff, so
Oh no, he's trying to go towards the people.
yeah, I know, but like, would these guys see you? I don't
Okay,
know.
if they're Hitler, not necessarily going to do that. Sorry, I thought they were still kind of in the middle,
No.
messing about with the body.
I guess they were still messing about the bodies, yeah.
He might still
the
get
crates
caught,
already.
so it might still.
I think at least one of them would have seen you jump down from the roof. Yeah, let's say that at least one of you sees that, and you can kind of say, oh yeah, there's, and then they realize that it's you when you transform into this other person. These three guys come up to you and just like, oh, sir, we heard a disturbance. Is everything all right?
Oh yes, it's fine. It's fine. I malfunction with these damn contraptions again, but it's all okay. It's
Is
all.
that
nothing
now
wrong.
at it again? Is he?
Oh yes, every bloody time. It's a pain.
It's a nuisance, I tell you.
You just can't get the staff these days.
He's had some brilliant inventions, but what cost, isn't it?
It comes with the genius, but
If that's all right for me to say, sir.
no. I understand where you're coming from. Don't worry. But all is well. You're fine. You're fine. Go back to your posts. Don't worry.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. And they turn and head in the other direction.
Take
Back
three
in the
guys.
other direction.
Well done.
And I walk back towards you. Once they're out of sight,
Yeah,
dropping Percival
Yeah.
with this look of utter dismay.
yeah.
What on earth just happened there?
I'm just having half a body and just like trying to stuff it into Grin.
Where did you go? I was trying to find you. I was Minden.
Wait, is this the real Minden?
No, who are you at the moment?
So I briefly popped up as Minden, where I was like, I was Minden, and then dropped back as like
As
so
Bones,
I was Percival, I was Bones, I was Minden, and I'm back to Bones.
Back to Bones. Yeah.
Okay.
Great.
So these traveling devices. No, I'm joking.
Yeah, you're really on your own in this moment here. Does anyone have a way to get in touch with you?
So, what would happen if a lightning bolt was to strike one of those devices?
Oh, well, that would be disaster.
The calamity, of course. Oh my goodness.
Wait, so you do have the message spell, but nobody can get in touch with you.
I couldn't hear the lightning bolt. could I?
No.
Yeah,
no,
no,
stop. That,
So I don't know exactly where they are, and it only goes a certain distance, so I can't measure them this distance. It's like through certain levels, so that's why I had to see the guy earlier on. It's through a wall's fine, through like 10 walls is not, so I would
Right.
like to see that.
so no one can get in touch with you, and you can't get in touch with them.
No, not at all. So unless I hear proper disturbance, I hear nothing.
Oh, yikes.
But I'm enjoying all this.
Yeah.
I know I'm not a bystander.
Yeah.
Here, yeah, there you go.
How badly singed are the clothes? Are they wearable?
Yeah, one of them is definitely wearable. Like the jacket hasn't been singed, so it was just the kind of shirt that has been kind of blown through.
Well, we got some coverage. Look at this.
I would suggest that the four of you possibly try and disguise yourself as these poor individuals who were just heartlessly murdered. Anyone have any way of quickly repairing?
I mean, I am disguised already as one of them. with
you
the
can disguise,
very
so-
silly hat.
Yeah, with the hat.
Can I put something on top of the hat to make it less obvious?
I mean, it would just make it look bigger.
That's
I
true.
think it might even also disappear because it's still part of your
Yeah.
appearance. So you can't change the hat. If you was on the top of it, that disappears with the rest of yourself to show the hat.
Right.
And it's quite
Tricky.
Well,
Yeah, you're fine. You're good.
I think.
I would suggest that I just sneak around like I did before.
Yeah, probably I should take the jacket because I'm.
Your arms do not fit through
Oh,
the sleeves.
Well.
You could rip the arms off and make it a vest.
Franklin can try then.
Isn't it a little large for him though?
Yeah, you're. What did you say? You're height
Tiny
4
guy.
foot.
I can always disguise myself as well.
Alright. So
Are you
just
entering the hangar?
So I guess
What
these two
you
will be
doing?
disguised, along with me disguised as Percival.
Hmm.
And then are you going to sneak, or are you going to? You might be the only person that could actually wear. You might be as well to
Oh.
wear the jacket.
I'm gonna wear the jacket, the only one that's still, possible
Okay.
to wear after
Yeah.
Bones.
The other ones are a little bit singed
Hmm.
and are not going to fit you guys. But you can do your
Yeah.
yourself.
Can be
So can I.
Your disguise.
He's looking like Minden's boss. So
Yeah, gosh, you're pretty funny to
Well,
do that.
I'm ripping off the sleeves of one.
Okay, like wearing it as a vest. That's fine.
Yeah.
It's a
Really?
counts.
Are you wanting to enter the hangar?
What do people want to do?
We're searching for the workshop, but we couldn't so far. We couldn't find it so far.
Workshops in the hangar.
So we go into the hangar?
We
In
could
disguise?
we go in disguise and just hide in plain sight, pretend we're meant to be there. I go in as Percival, and
I've
follow
like-
in and
Like
Ah,
we know
okay.
the guy who builds these machines with the,
so you might not look that out of place.
I don't know, to be honest. I'm not a machine fully, so. But the point is, we should kind of be careful, right?
Well, I can, sneak ahead, and you can go ahead as well in your disguise, and then we can come back with what we found out, and then make decisions based on that. Maybe.
How about do you want to try and sneak in first? I'll sort of stand by the corner. Keep an eye-
You're like in between your own voice and voice.
I'll keep an eye out, and I will jump in if required.
Sure. Do I get
Because
Ben?
possibly all four of us might be a bit too conspicuous.
Okay, so who's staying outside and who's going in?
I'm going in.
He's going in.
I think I'm going in disguise as well.
Okay, so 2 going in.
Right.
And 3 staying
and
in.
I'll hide by the corner, maybe. I'll like just kind of stand by the corner as Minden.
Okay, and you guys do have those coins, so.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
we're staying on. Right.
We'll,
Okay.
The 2 of us stay outside first.
Okay, so back to you, because I don't want to leave you
Oh no, I'm fine.
since like say nothing for like so long. One of these guys who you spoke to as Percival comes in to the office and he's like, "Oh, sir, how are you? Here, I just spoke to you across at the hangar."
1 second. Let's see if I've got any spells to do this. I don't think I've got many that can kind of do this. 1 sec. Yeah, I don't think I've got anything that can help here. Okay, now this is going to seem strange. I'm going to do major image silently, okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to over where Percival is, but like from behind Percival, so he doesn't see ahead of himself. I'm going to make himself look like Minden instead. That's the goal here. So I'm changing him to look like Minden with major image, so that he maybe changes his mind and leaves. That's the hope, as if he like saw something. So as soon as he come in the door, I hear that statement, change. Very unlikely
I
this is
think
gonna work.
he's already come in. He saw Percy. He said to address Percy, you know, "Sir, I've just seen you. I'm not." And then he suddenly changes into a seahorse. I'm not sure.
Okay, give me a second here. Instead, then, yeah. Instead, I'm gonna cast 2 spells at once here. Okay, so I'm gonna cast twin spell. I'm gonna cast dominate person on both people, and I'm gonna give disadvantage with another 2 sources. So that's 5 sources points spent here. To Percival. So he has a disadvantage on an 18 wisdom saving check to figure out what's going on here. And I'm gonna give this guy just a regular 18 check wisdom to won't be dominated. That's not a good word to utilise here, but still. So I'm attempting to essentially take control of their mind as soon as I see this going wrong. I say, whoops, and then go, just like that. No subtly doing it, I'm saying it out loud. So if I fail, they're going to notice that I did this.
Yeah, it was fail.
Okay, cool. And I'm just going to point to one and say, lead me to where you saw your boss. I'm going to point to the other and say, follow me. So we're running as fast as we can run as fast as you can to get through to them. So the 3 of us are going to run as fast as we can.
Yeah, great.
To get through to them.
100%. Okay, and let's go back to you guys.
Put that thing on the lock again.
Yeah, and the alarm's gonna go off. I think.
I don't know that. So
Not quite yet. You guys have got a little bit of time first before that happens.
however,
I love the way this is working.
However, I have just charged my top tier spell after causing some issues.
Yeah.
So you've got whatever you want to do here. If you want to maybe, I think maybe.
Oh yeah, wild magic. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh no. Wait.
I rolled a 12.
Okay.
So it's your choice what you want to do with that.
I think you
also
still-
rolled a twins, so there's 2 spells at once going on here.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, but they're not. It's not super connected. But you're
Yeah.
trying to like sort of protect your
Yeah.
friends in this moment. It's not super connected.
yeah, just like
to anything that might sort of trigger you. I think you're able to kind of calm this surge.
I think I spent 5 sorcery points on one move.
So, who was entering the hangar and who was staying behind?
We're staying behind.
Oh wait, you came with us.
You guys are hidden kind of back by the boxes,
Yeah.
ready
Yeah.
to go
And it's just-
see.
Us both.
The 2 of
And
them
I'm kind of by the door, just
enter
trying to
the
keep an eye out.
hangar.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, and it's just Franklin and
I'm
Dolly and that's
yeah,
gone
I'm
in.
disguised as my version of her dad.
But with a jacket, like a
Yeah, with the overalls.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Are you wanting to go in, or are you wanting like to linger, like with me, kind of by the door, but try not to be too noticeable?
Yeah, I guess we can wait by the door.
Well, or at least maybe just go with it to get an idea of what's going on. Like,
How about I wait on the inside of the door frame and we can be having a conversation.
yeah, that's
I'm
fine.
holding a clipboard.
yeah, and I'm Minden.
And
yeah.
kicking.
You're Minden.
I'm Minden.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. And it's just you that's entering the house.
Yes, and I'll try to not stand out. And stuff.
Okay, so as you enter the hangar, there's actually basically nobody there. Like, so I'm not gonna make you roll a stealth check because there's like there might have been like workers around at some point, but like they're either left or they've been told to leave by somebody, maybe. And what you see is 4 or 5 big sort of sky ships, zeppelins. There's piles of sort of gear sort of spilled out around these things. They look like broken ships. They're not. They're being mended. They're being repaired. They're not in circulation at the moment. And there is a few buildings inside this hangar. So this hangar is enormous, and there is a few sort of workshops that you can see. So you think that one of these, probably the bigger, grander one, might be where Reynard works and has his sort of office and space that he works. What do you do in this moment? This is what you kind of see as you enter.
Well, first of all, I'm looking back and see that you guys are still standing there, like observing, and then I'm gonna use Supreme Sneak to get closer to the building.
And there's literally like no, it's like deadly quiet.
How big is this higher?
It's huge. Like this is like 60 feet to the building, and you're just like I need to crawl. Like crawling along. Yeah, perfect. It is kind of eerily quiet, to be honest.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't
this
like
is a
that.
place that should be like filled with like
My hair is tingling. So
yeah, noises of people working and hammers and metal clanging against metal and that sort of thing, but it's eerily quiet.
Then I look like into the window of the big building you just described.
Yeah.
Joke about me, it's fine.
What you see there is a half orc, kind of well dressed, little glasses, but really not looking great, looking quite ill actually, but a few sort of rows of these clockwork soldiers that you saw in Atlar Square, and not just the kind of normal ones that you saw, but kind of variations that look slightly different in sort of shape and size, kind of lined up, just looking like they've not quite been activated yet, but Reynard sort of leaning on a workbench, looking, just sort of surveying sort of notes on this, scattered sort of notes on this workbench. That's what you see inside.
So he's just sitting there,
Yeah,
and the
for the
stuff is
moment.
not activated.
Not right now.
Okay. I'm gonna try to sneak inside of the building.
Okay.
Is that possible?
There is only one entrance. The windows look too narrow for you to actually get inside.
Okay.
And it is one open area.
Inside.
There's not like different rooms or anything. So it will be very, very difficult for you to sneak in here.
Since he has been sneaking for quite a while, I will enter the hangar. Just I probably won't see him right away, and but I will.
So as you sort of peek in, you see the kind of grand scale of things. You see the different buildings. You see Dolion at the window, kind of peering in, and sort of coming back, and just you see him sort of pause. So maybe you're kind of deduce that he's sort of deciding what he wants to do.
Actually, I kind of grab the bottle out of my thing.
Okay. An empty bottle.
No. Special.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And I kind of open it up.
Yeah.
And everything is filled with smoke instantly.
Yeah.
Smoke. Yes, I did.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to barge into the room and make like a beeline, like with my dash action as well, and trying to tackle this guy immediately.
Wow.
I walk towards the smoke.
Yeah. Okay.
Is the coin a color or not?
Did you change the color of the coin at this point, or
Yes, I did as well.
to red?
Yeah.
Okay. So the coin is turned to red.
I move faster.
Are people outside the door?
I kind of trust her with the coins.
Are you following?
I guess
Yeah.
we're following
Are you
it.
following Elway? And at this point,
It
I'm
was.
gonna ask. Oh wait, no. Let's quickly cut to Zion.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
As you've got your people that you kind of dominated here,
2 minions here.
you walk through that door and that alarm goes off.
I turn.
Oh,
I turn.
Are you not through with them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've turned
So-
around.
Yeah. So you go back out of the hangar while I'll go
I
into
say-
the hangar, away
So you've
from
kind of followed a few feet into the hangar. This alarm has come off, and you've kind of turned around and backed out. The distance from the door that you've just come through to the hangar entrance isn't actually that far. It's maybe just 50 feet. So
I turn, I reach into my bag, I grab my collar, put it on my head.
you
metal tubes
Okay.
with balls.
you immediately thought that it's Zion.
Okay.
You
take
figured
it all-
that out.
Keep on whisking.
I take it all off.
You figured that out pretty quick.
And then I turn back for the smoke.
Quickly take out a rope and I say to them both, tie each other up, and I cut it in half. So they've got 25 feet of rope each.
Okay.
We're going to tie each other up as best as possible.
Yeah, they do that. Is that how does dominate person
I can
work?
give them like a basic command. So
Okay.
okay. Like attack something or use object.
How long does it last?
So they might do a wisdom check before they do that because they've already had the time to get me from there to here. So a wisdom check each. Both need to beat 18 to break the thing. This is when they fail. They pass.
No, Phil.
Okay, so they have tied each other up, and then they have a chance to break it. But once they've tied each other up, but it might be a little bit too late at that point.
Right. Yeah.
So
that's
tie
fine.
each other up, push them a wee bit apart, so they can help each other run to help whatever's going on here.
Yeah, 100%. And Franklin's blocked you there. And are you guys just
Are you still with the body box?
going back into the?
Yeah, as soon as I see it Zion, I've just turned around and I'm going back to
Backup didn't work. What's happening?
Yeah, he doesn't.
You're the 4C.
the coins red panic, I guess.
Yeah, coins red.
Oh, coin's red.
Sorry.
Well,
Coins red.
If we need to get out of here, I now know how to fly like one of those massive like airships, so we're all good.
Perfect.
No, I'm joking.
And I'm gonna need you all to roll initiative. And we'll find out how this plays out next week. See you next time.